This is the Man City Fan TV podcast Raw. This week I'm joined by Matt Clarke, who's here with me in the studio, and on Skype, Jay Ward, two lifelong season ticket holding Manchester City fans. Now these guys are a little bit on the young side, but I've checked their ID cards, they're old enough to get in. How you doing, Matt?
I'm not bad.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm not bad, it's a bit warm, but you know, doing well.
A bit warm, it's lovely summertime. You cannot complain. Apart from the fact that we're in a boiling hot studio right now. So anyway.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, yeah. Right, so I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here, like Kanye West. I'll let you finish in a minute, but I'm going to go on the rant first. Harry Maguire is exactly what Manchester City Football Club need. I'll let you come back at me in a minute. But Harry Maguire is exactly what Manchester City Football Club need. Now, I'm going to go off on a truculent point, right, and I'm going to argue my case. Okay? Vincent Kompany had a big slab head. So now we're missing the slab head at the centre half. Harry Maguire's slab head fits the fucking bill perfectly. The one thing, when we conceded goals last season, it was always from aerial threats or the low cross or whatever. Sort of like we were counted against with similar goals to what we usually score. However, we conceded 20 goals last season or something.
Something like that.
It wasn't very many, but that is the one area of our defending attributes that we don't sort of have is the capacity of a Maguire. That's why I think he's sort of like the missing piece in the jigsaw. Now, I know we've got Laporte and we've got Stones, and for me, they're first choice every day of the week. I love them both. I think they're both fantastic ball-playing centre-halves. I think Laporte has got some great range of passing on him, and I love the fact that John Stones is eager to get forward and keep rotating play. Harry Maguire, I don't think is as technically good as either of them with his distribution skills. I've seen him ping the ball into the crowd quite a few times, but in the air and organising his defence, I think he is better than both of them. But the problem that it presents is who sits out, who becomes the first choice centre half pairing. Would it be Laporte and Stones, or would it be Stones and Maguire? I think Maguire prefers playing on the left of Stones. Certainly when he played in the World Cup with John Stones, he was on the left of Stones, right? Mm-hmm. Left of Stones, right? Left of Stones, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So who drops out? Is it Maguire and Laporte? Is it Maguire and Stones? Because you can't drop Laporte, in my opinion. Laporte's undroppable.
I'd say it'd be Maguire and Laporte.
I'd say neither. I think you're deluded.
Hold on. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish in a minute. But so, as far as I'm concerned, it's a nailed-on signing. You've called me deluded, but yes. You admit now. When I look at other options that Manchester City have got, right, at the club currently is Nicolas Otamendi, who I think in the 17-18 season was our best centre-half.
Yes.
John Stones would have been, but he got an injury that sort of killed his season off. But until that point, it probably was Stones, and then it was Otamendi. The other option at the club is Garcia, who's, 17, 18 years old now?
18.
Yeah, 18.
Thing about Garcia is I think he's a fantastic footballer, an absolutely fantastic footballer. Every time I've seen him play in the under whatever category, he's been fantastic. Jay, I think you've agreed with me in the past that Garcia is fantastic.
Especially with Leicester in the cup as well.
But he's 5'6". We've already got that type of defender. We've already got a Garcia. We've already got Laporte and Stones. Garcia offers nothing different to what we've already got in Laporte and Stones, in my opinion. Maguire offers something that those two first-team defenders don't have and that Garcia can't provide, which is height. So that's what I want to say on the issue. And I also want to say, unfortunately, I think that Garcia is going to be another product of our academy that doesn't make it to the first team. While I agree he's a fantastic centre-half, we just don't need him. We just don't need that position. We've already filled that position with two other world-class centre-halves, in my opinion. The only thing we are missing is the company model. And then to me, that's Maguire. And Maguire he's better than bank average. He's a decent centre half. I think the price tags that have been muted are anywhere between 60 and 100 million. I think those price tags are fucking shocking. But then again, it's 2019. It's too much for anyone. It's 2019. That's the price you play regardless.
That is also including like a 30 million.
3 years ago, we were paying 50 million for Stones. Now Stones is worth every penny of 50 million. But now Stones would cost us probably 70, 80 million. You know what I'm saying? Like the prices have just gone up. They've just gone up. So anyway, right. So let me hear what you've got to say on the issue. I've stated my case for Harry Slabhead Maguire and why he should come to Manchester City, because I think he's the missing piece in the jigsaw defensively. Not for every game. This is the other problem as well. Not for every game of the season. There are some games in the season where the team doesn't even get a fucking touch of the ball. So having Harry Maguire in defence is pointless. That's when you have Stones and Laporte. In fact, you don't even need Stones on Laporte. You have fucking one of them there and put an extra midfielder on. But for those games where we do have to defend, I mean, are you telling me that Tottenham game in the Champions League, Loriente even gets a chance to handball it if Maguire's in that defence? Because I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't think he will.
Company, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Company and Laporte?
Well, then...
It was Company on Laporte, but Company's fucking 90 years old
there.
and a bit dapper.
But then we've also said that Laporte is probably, I think would agree, the best centre-half we have, even if we get Maguire. If Laporte doesn't fuck up, we win that Champions League game anyway.
Laporte is the best centre-half we've got.
Yeah, and he makes the mistakes. So for a couple of the goals in the first half, like...
But Laporte should not... Laporte, if you look at the technical side of football, Laporte should not have been the man on Loriente anyway. That wasn't the right man.
Company. Yeah, it should have been Company.
That's the issue, though. He was going to man the defence there if Maguire comes in. I mean, is it going to be Laporte or Maguire? Who's going to be the captain?
Oh, neither. Fuck no, neither.
I'd say if Maguire comes in, I'd say he'd have to be captain because I think he'd become our first choice for the big games like Company is.
So you'd say that if Maguire was to come in, he would have to be captain?
When he plays, yeah. I just don't think it'd be a...
But like last season, at the start of last season, me and Jay had long conversations about how we thought that Stones was going to be our long-term future captain.
I don't think he's going to carry on in defence, though.
Can I ask you a question, though, Matthew, here?
Go on.
At the start of last season, because we'll all say that Vincent Kompany towards the end of the season was part of the reason we won so many games on the trot.
Yes.
At the start of last season, say November, if we went into a massive game, say a derby, or we played Chelsea, are you telling me that you would have put Kompany in the starting 11 over Laporte and Stones when they were on form?
No.
I shit myself against teams like Burnley, you know, when Kompany would add his rash lunges and stuff like that. But that's just age.
That's when he shouldn't play.
I think Maguire's got better legs than Kompany, obviously for age reasons alone.
He's 26, isn't
he? Yeah, he's 26. Yeah. So Kompany struggles to get in the right position, so he has to make those daft challenges. And he's not even in the factor anymore. He's out of the picture. He's bye-bye Anderlecht.
Yeah.
But I think Maguire wouldn't even have to be contemplating getting a player sent off to a daft red card because he would be better. He would have better situational and positional awareness in the first.
He should have stopped that shot from Vinny though.
He didn't stop the shot.
Right. He should have stopped the shots from Vinny.
But then again, argue it from Leicester's case. I don't think Maguire should have been the man closing Vincent Kompany down. You can't even factor that in the game of football. Nobody thought that Vincent
Schmeichel was fuming after the game. He knew that someone should have closed him down.
Yeah, but it's Vincent Kompany.
No one expected Vincent Kompany to put that top.
Out of the 7 or 8 playmakers we have on the pitch, Kompany's not the man that's taking that shot. That's all. Right, so go on, give me some feedback. Why am I fucking bang out of order and ridiculous for suggesting that Harry Maguire is the must signing of the season?
Can I start here?
Go for it.
So, first of all, we have Ederson in goal, right? And we saw that away at Liverpool in the past, that having a player like that, in the same way that having 2 ball-playing centre-backs, will cost us goals over the season. We admit that might happen, but we know that with the goals that it can contribute, it's worth it. Some of the passes that we get from Stones and Laporte are so key to some of the goals that we score. I think having just one of them, with someone like Maguire, we lose a lot of that attacking intensity and we lose some of the goals we score to stop the other team playing. And I don't know about you, but some of the way we play, it's so about us. It's a bit Kevin Keegan, isn't it? We'll score more than you.
Well, I don't
think we have to be scared of conceding goals when we don't concede that many.
Just to come back on you on that quickly, Jay, I think that Maguire technically is a better defender than Laporte and Stones in purely defensive attributes. I'd
say better than Stones. I'd say Laporte's hard.
I don't know, but we don't play typical defending.
So Laporte or Stones, whoever's playing with Maguire, is permanently freed up. They're permanently freed up. Whereas at the minute they're only half and half freed up. So I get what you're saying. Like you have 2 ball playing opportunities when Laporte and Stones are playing together. When Laporte and Stones are playing together, but that's only half the fucking time. Whereas if you have Maguire there, just full fucking stop, like Kyle Walker in a corner, he's there to defend full stop. He's got no other role. Then that permanently frees up the other ball playing centre half. And when it does come, I mean, Pep Guardiola is a perfectionist. Like I said, I've mentioned this before, but over the last 3 seasons, we've dropped 66 points, which is that's 22 points on average each season, yeah?
Yeah.
In the 100-point season, it was 14. Last season, it was 16. And then the season before, what was it? We finished on 78 points.
Yeah.
So, but Pep, to me, is pissed off that we dropped any of those fucking points. He wants a perfect season.
A lot of them were silly, weren't they, this year? I think it would have been easier to win them this year than it was the 100-point season. The Newcastle away. The Newcastle away was just stupid. It was I don't know. I don't think you can explain that.
Newcastle away for me was the fact that the referee was being a petulant bitch because he's like, oh, there you go, Kevin De Bruyne, you're out on the wing, take your free kick. And then he's like, oh, hold on a minute, I want to be the fucking centre of attention. De Bruyne fucking whips in a beautiful free kick, we get a goal. And then the refs decided that, no, apparently it wasn't the right time for him to take a free kick, so I'm going to book you. What a fucking knob. That game was won and anyway, it was dead. Newcastle were dead, but no, we had City-itis for fucking 5 minutes and lost it.
Do you not think that kind of proves my point, though? Because I think we can look at so many games this season where we drop points. So we look at that, we look at something like Crystal Palace, where, you know, obviously they deserved to win, but a wonder goal from Josh Townsend. What else can I think of? Leicester away, where there's a thunderbolt and Delph loses his head and gets himself sent off. Again. With Harry Maguire on the pitch, does that mean that we don't lose them points?
Listen, I totally agree that the goals that we concede are freak goals. They're not fucking special world-class goals. We score the special, apart from the Townsend one, but he'll never score that again in his entire life. Same as Company will never score that goal again in his entire life. So we do only concede 3 goals, but we have also, like, I think back to the Champions League games against Monaco, where we were fucking suicidal, and against Liverpool away, where we were suicidal. I think with a Maguire in that defence, or even a fit Company at the time, we wouldn't have conceded those goals. Those goals were fucking suicidal, and I think it's for those matches specifically that Pep wants Maguire that Pep wants a Maguire type player in. Now, if you look at the alternatives on the market, like De Ligt, he's 19 years old. He's world class in the fucking Dutch league. It doesn't mean shit to me so far. They still lost against Tottenham in the Champions League semi-final with him in defence.
That was due down to experience, though.
You look
the only reason he lost that game.
You look at the alternatives in the Premier League now. People who aren't associated with Manchester City and people who also don't have much of a football education will say that Dick Van Dijk would have been the fucking best centre half to sign, but Dick Van Dijk has no pressure on him. He has fucking 17 defensive midfielders sat in front of him.
Yeah. He can be at fault for a goal and still get man of the match in the eyes of them, so it don't matter what he does.
Exactly. So the only option to me was Maguire. If he ticks the English box, which is a factor.
Losing Delph, yes.
That adds 10 million to your price tag, whether you like it or not. It ticks an English
10
box.
It's more like 20.
All right, more like 20.
Delph, if we're losing Delph, we're going to be losing Delph.
We're going to be losing Delph, so we need an English factor.
We do need to add. Yeah, we do need to add someone in, but Maguire for 7 million.
I have the perfect solution, and this looks, from what I've read, like it's happening. Looks like we're bringing Angelino home, and he won't just count as homegrown, he'll count as homegrown at the club.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're getting him on a very cut price fee because we're very clever to put a buyback in. He's going to get him below market value, a lot below market value. So, in that sense, we lose Delph, we're already bringing one in who's homegrown. To be fair, it is a point we do need to improve the homegrown quota there. But then that's a question of how many good English players are there out there.
See, for me, Angelino was a victim at City, along with Maffio and a few others. If you remember back to Chelsea away under Manuel Pellegrini in the Cup, do you remember that game, Jim?
Yes.
I think we lost 4-1 or 5-1 or something like that.
Against Chelsea?
It was against Chelsea.
5-2, I think, or 4-2.
5-1, 1-1 at half time.
Was it?
And Pellegrini basically started with, 6 or 7 kids?
Yeah.
Start the kids and then throw in the old players that we didn't really need, your Demichelis's and your Caballero and that lot.
And so Angelino was tarred with that sort of brush. And I don't think they played badly at all. I don't think the kids are the ones that let us down in that game. It's the same for me as the Wolves game 2 seasons ago, where we played Wolves in the Cup at the Etihad. And you had Mangala and Tosin were centre-half. And it looked like Tosin was the seasoned pro and Mangala was the fucking rookie veteran. You know, the kids don't let us down generally when they play. I think they're good, and I think they've got...
They play with spirit, they play with heart, don't they?
Of course they do, and they've got a point to prove. They have to have a point to prove because, like it or not, our academy, in my opinion, is probably now the best academy in the world, but it's probably also the hardest to progress from because of the standard of the first team.
Yeah.
You have got to be something special to get through that team. So Angelino, as I was saying, for me, was a bit of a victim of our success a couple of years ago and a bit of a victim of Pellegrini's sort of rotation policy. Now, the thing is about the cups, when you look at other teams disrespect the fuck out of the cups.
Yeah.
Now, Pellegrini caught so much flack for disrespecting... was it even the FA Cup or the League Cup?
It was the FA Cup. It was just after a Champions League game.
You know, managers like Klopp routinely throw away the fucking domestic cups in hope of chasing the Champions League or the Premier League, which Premier League they've still not done, obviously. So Angelino was a bit of a victim. However, Manchester City with a masterstroke there of fucking getting him on that buyback clause for peanuts. Now, I think he'd be the perfect guy to bring back into the club at left back. with Mendy. Mendy is still an unknown. Me and you witnessed Mendy away at Tottenham last season at a muddy Wembley pitch.
Yes.
And he was bang average, probably worse than bang average.
That's being generous, I'd say.
We're still not convinced on Mendy, but the kid has not had a run of games to show us what he can actually do. Now his assists on the charts and all the rest of it make him look like a fucking world beater.
He does help us.
I'm not denying it.
Attacking wise, he is.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it with the consistency of a season. So Angelino and Mendy at left back. For me. That's happy as.
Then you're dropping Zinchenko.
You see, I think Zinchenko gets bumped into that fucking midfield. Dave Silva for me.
Therefore, we don't need to buy.
No.
We need to buy, but it's cover, isn't it?
We need to buy Rodri. That's it. We need a fucking DM. That's it. Fernandinho needs a fucking extra set of legs. For me, Gundogan can fuck off back to Germany.
Yes.
Harsh opinion.
No, it's true. The way he's been with this contract, if you don't want to play for us, go.
Even though he did start playing, he was key.
Playing. Well done. When Gundogan first signed for City, he was one of my favourite players. I thought he was fucking fantastic. But then he got crippled by, I think, Jakob, was it, at West Brom?
Oh, yeah, and a bad injury, didn't he?
He got a really, really bad injury. And then he was out for almost a season. And the club stood by the guy, stood by him, paid his wages, looked after him, rehabilitated him, everything. And fair's fair, he lost his opportunity to be part of the first team squad because he was injured. So you've got to fight for your place.
Yeah.
When he finally does get his place back into the team and he starts improving and starts performing, he had a fucking petulant away day at Swansea. Was it Swansea, Jay, or was it Leicester?
I think it was at Swansea, wasn't it?
I think it was Swansea away. He was fucking dog shit and he was fucking ambling about, walking like he didn't give a flying fuck, even though the club had stuck by him for a season and a half. Then it comes time to sign his contract and he's getting regular first team football again. And a 28-year-old is fucking throwing his toys out of the pram. So for me, Ilkay Gundogan, I do think you're a world-class footballer. I do think you contributed to us winning the league this season. But you either sign the contract or bye-bye, because no player is bigger than this club.
Can I advance on that? He wants to go back to Germany, a country where his own fans, when he plays for his team, racially abuse him. And he wants to go back there. If he doesn't want to be here and he'd rather go back there, enjoy yourself, go. I only want players that want to play for us, and there's lots that do.
Yeah, I mean, for me, one of the biggest things as a Man City fan that I've learned over the years is you can't have empathy or sympathy for players.
No, you can't.
The day they're playing in the blue shirt is the day that you love them and you back them no matter what. They're on that pitch with 10 other fucking City boys. You back them no matter what. The second that they step out of line and start being a knob, a la Mario Balotelli and the fucking all his antics off the pitch, and any other player that's ever played for us and fucking stepped out of line.
Did it with Yaya though?
Huh?
It didn't be Yaya. I mean,
I gave you
I wanted Yaya gone a lot earlier, to be fair.
I wanted Yaya gone as well. I thought in 2-3 seasons Yaya was unplayable and he was fucking world class, and then for 2 or 3 seasons he was unplayable because he was fucking lazy and shit.
Yeah.
So
I remember the Champions League one. I specifically wanted Fernando and Fernandinho to start above him, and that says a lot.
That says a lot with fucking Fernando in there, yeah. So, all right. So, we've got our left back sorted for next season if we're fucking the soothsayers and predict everything right. Angelino and Mendy at left back. Centre half pairing. I've said Harry Maguire's getting signed. You two have said fuck off.
I don't want him because of the price tag. It's the only thing that's bugging me. I don't think it's worth paying that much.
What's he costing?
I don't think it's worth paying a minimum of 70 million only to play him in the games like the Liverpool or United.
But you stated that 20 million of that is English fee. And let's not forget, 75 million for Dick Van Dijk. Yeah, they got a Champions League. Now, I'm sorry, if Harry Maguire only contributes to us, if you think about it in this way, right? Let's say that you prefer Stones and Laporte playing together in the Champions League. Let's say that's how
I do agree we need another centre back.
But let's say that's how you want it. You play Maguire in fucking 30 of the Premier League games, and the Stones and Laporte have got fucking amazing legs then for the Champions League, haven't they? That's the one trophy that eludes us. You ask the everyday City fan. Sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm speaking out of turn here. You ask me and people my age and above, and I think that they want to win it now just to fucking get out of the way so people can't say we haven't won a European trophy. But as it stands, we don't actually give a fuck about a European trophy.
I don't care.
What do you guys think?
I care about it.
Why do you care?
Because I don't know if I know obviously people say we should only care about ourselves, but when you turn around and you say, what's the best Premier League team that's ever existed? I think that considering the calibre of the trophies, if you say anything other than the best team that played in the Premier League, not the best Premier League team, there is a difference there. If you say anything other than the 99 treble winners, you're an idiot.
You know.
Yeah, because as much as you get 100 points or you get 110 points, you still get the same trophy there. If I said to you simply, what's more prestigious, the League Cup or the Champions League, realistically, the same thing goes into your trophy cabinet. I'd rather have the better trophies.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about the Champions League later on, but I understand your point. So, let's say we sign Maguire to win the Champions League, to have that third. Let's say that Nico stays, because I still like Nico Otamendi. I still think he's
definitely
a decent centre half. I don't think he's going to be winning as any of the fucking trophies, but I think he's amazing backup, and I think he'll do a job when needed.
I don't think he'd stay if we bought Maguire though, because the whole reason of him wanting to go was the fact that company was still going to be at the club.
Centre back then.
So then you do promote Garcia.
Okay.
But even if you do promote Garcia, like I said, Garcia does not fit the bill. Even Garcia or Sandler for me does not fit the bill of a Maguire, and I think Maguire is what we need at the club.
I mean, Tosin is, even if we brought him back, he's
Tosin's done now, I think, isn't he? Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Not good enough, really. The
No.
way he was playing at West Brom, I saw not many. I saw about 3 of their games.
I do
think in
like.
the playoffs. He started on the bench, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's
So-
not going to get a game for us.
No.
So goalkeeper, obviously, we're sticking with the Brazilian fella.
And we've bought-
He's done all right.
We've bought that American
We've bought the American
from
keeper.
Columbus. whatever
Angus
that
Gunn's
stupid name
gone,
is.
right?
Anderson
Muric
went
is
last
gone.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Muric is going to go on loan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's he going on loan?
I still rate Muric. We watched Muric at Leicester, and he saved those penalties, if you remember, Jay. And he was
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he's a bit like a tall Edison. That's sort of mold I see him. Taller.
Bit of Pantilimon in there.
Pantilimon. So goalkeepers are all set. Right back. So we've got Kyle Walker, who's just signed another 500-year contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cheeky and the other guy Fitzo think he's going to have those legs until he's 40. But whatever.
Can I offer an idea here? Just
Go
on
for it.
Walker, because I know you're gonna say we're bringing in is it Cancelo, the right back, and Danilo's going. Do we not
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. But do we not think that this idea of giving Walker a long-term deal means that at the end of next season, when he's not first choice, means we'll get a bigger fee for him?
That makes sense, yeah.
If he had only a
Who's
year left on his
Who's
deal,
paying a big fee for a 30-year-old Kyle
What,
Walker?
bigger fee.
He could
Into the
go
way
abroad.
they're
12 million?
Yeah.
Well, look at the
That's a big
Italian
fee,
clubs are
isn't it?
looking for an English right back. I swear Trippier is wanted by 2 of the Italian clubs.
To be fair, if you think about it, even a 30-year-old Kyle Walker will still be the fastest player in the Italian league, won't
Yeah.
it?
Well, exactly.
Because they're all like fucking canal barges.
Even Ashley Cole at 36 got a game over there, wasn't it? So it's Kyle Walker now 6-7 years.
And now he's
left.
playing for Derby, so
So is Danilo out the door then? Is he if we get Cancelo?
I think he's. I think he wants to go.
Because
And
I think that's.
I've got no bad blood against him going.
Oh,
either.
no.
I think
I think it's unfortunate because Danilo, for me, I mean, like that Liverpool game at home, the 5-0, Danilo playing in the centre of the 2 centre halves, sort of in the. It was in a pivot position behind the DM, and I thought he did a fucking cracking job there.
I mean, I don't think he's had a bad game this year.
He's not had a
I thought-
bad game,
I think
but he's not had an exceptional game. This is the
I
thing.
think we
about
agreed
Manchester
he's been
City.
our best defensive right back or full back this year, and you can't argue it.
Agreed.
But I don't think he's good enough either to be first team because after 10 games, I think he'd get tired.
10 years ago, we would have been fucking crying for Danilo. We need, you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? But
Like when we bought Maicon.
I think fuck my phone. The problem is with Manchester City now. You have to be fucking the best in your class. You have to be exceptional in your position. You know, it's also even for a fucking backup.
Even then, we are giving the years to get to settle in though, because you look at Bernardo when he come the first year, we didn't really think much of him, and then this year he's been outstanding. I think it could possibly be the same in Mahrez next year. I think it's taken him a year
Yes.
get into the position.
We'll get there. We're not there yet. We're still at right back. So we're saying that Kyle Walker and Cancelo are going to be our right backs for the foreseeable.
How much is Cancelo going to be?
50, is it?
Is that 50?
Something like that.
It'll be about 50.
There you go. Another 200 million on our defence. Get that.
Well, hold on. We'll get there. So DM, Fernandinho's definitely got another season in his legs. I love the guy to bits.
Not playing as many as he did this year.
No,
though.
he'll play 20, 25 games throughout all competitions. Maybe 30 if you push him in the League
That's
Cup
the
as
issue,
well.
though, isn't it?
Rodri will play 30, 40 games as well.
Say we don't get Rodri though.
We're getting Rodri.
We're getting Rodri.
It's been too fucking... This is like the Isco saga. If we're not signing Rodri now, we'll sign Rodri for the next 25 seasons. It's gone too far. Rodri's coming to City. Whether it's going to be 50, 60, 70 million, that's happening. There are no alternatives.
No, there aren't alternatives, but
Well, especially not now that Ndombele is Spurs bound, isn't
yeah, 65 million.
And
That's
Dombele's
good.
not good enough anyway.
he? Agreed.
Just
But
saying.
I think it's good
it was
signing for them.
battle, wasn't it?
I mean, we could always get Fernando back, I guess.
Yeah, Gelson Fernandez.
Gelson
That was
Fernandes. What happened to this other fella, this Louise, whatever he was called?
Douglas Luiz. I think he's still got problems with his work permit.
How the
'Cause
fuck can that be happening in
He
2019?
can't get a work permit. I think you said this to me, Jay, until he plays for the national squad.
Yeah,
The national squad won't let him play until he plays for City in the first
Yeah.
team.
yeah.
So it's just never going to get a
So
work
he's got a
permit.
fucked career, basically.
We might be a bit lucky in the sense that I'm not 100% sure on his age. I think he's 21.
Yeah.
If he's a bit younger, he might be able to play for Brazil at the Olympics next year. But the problem is Neymar. I think they've got problems with who's actually going to be their older player at the Olympics. If he managed to play for the Olympics in next year, we could bring him in. But it's a tough one to get him a work permit until he plays for Brazil, which
Speaking
won't
of
happen.
footballing myths, Neymar's the biggest fucking myth in football.
Oh, yeah,
So
I agree.
fucking overrated. Anyway, we'll get on to that later.
Yeah.
So,
It's complex.
DM for me, there's the fucking wild card of Douglas Luiz. We will sign Rodri. I'm fucking confident of it. I've seen about no highlights of him. I don't care who the fuck he is, but everyone said we're signing him, so we must be signing him. If you want current and up-to-date Man City news, I'm not the person to ask it. When they're in a blue fucking shirt playing for my club, then I'll fucking then I'll definitely know that we've signed them. Yeah. Other than that, don't give a fuck.
I mean, Stones is going to play there at some point next year as well.
See,
he always does.
No, he won't.
No.
John Stones won't, because we said
He
this
always
last
does.
season, right?
He
What
always
happened?
does.
John Stones got put in that DM role last season for a game, and he had a nosebleed even at DM. He kept fucking going backwards.
Yes.
He got scared, lost. He's a centre half, and he's a fucking world class centre half. He's not a fucking DM.
No, but he keeps on coming on a sub against Leicester in the cup or something stupid like that. Pep loves throwing him there.
Because you couldn't drop Company or Laporte last season, that's why.
Yeah,
You
but he's
couldn't.
making a sub
But
in
now
the
Pep's
70th
got no
minute.
choice. Company's bye-byes, so got no choice now. So, David Silva, last season, we're all going to fucking... We'll have a look. We'll tell you what, we'll be competing with Liverpool to buy candles when David Silva goes, won't we?
Yes. Yes. Oh, it'd be so gutted when he leaves. I think he's the best player to ever wear the blue shirt.
Absolutely agree.
I
Apart
don't
from
think you can put anyone
Glauber.
close.
Apart from Glauber.
I don't think anyone's really up there. I think you can only argue the current people as well. So I think you can only argue Company, maybe Aguero.
There's some 50-year-olds that are very angry at you right now.
Well,
Going back to the late 60s, they're not happy with the words you're using.
no, they were all shit. I'm sorry to disagree.
It's
I'm
fact.
not saying I disagree, but
It's
you've
not
just taken
opinion.
a lot
It's
of
fact.
people.
Yeah, you can't argue.
Like, I've made this point many times before. They were all smoking back then. They had a brew at half time. They were fucking shagging the birds on the match days. They were eating fucking pizzas, chips, and fucking whatever. They weren't athletes.
Yeah.
The point has been made to me many times before that Manchester City players now, first and foremost, are athletes, then world-class football.
They have to be,
secondary
don't
to
they?
that. You have
Yeah.
to be.
They have to be. There's no.
You know,
What's
maybe
about
maybe a 15, 16-year-old Colin Bell, if he would have been in the City Academy now, maybe he would have been fucking in there, you know. But at the peak, them players were great players, but they were not fucking
At the time,
Yeah.
they're great players.
for the time. So let's just fucking draw a line under that. Some old boy can come on and argue with me at some point in the future and tell me I'm fucking wrong and blah blah blah. But for now, let's stick with what we know, which is the current football. So David Silva, it's going to be his last season. I predict he's probably going to get about 20 games, and I don't even think.
I mean, he looked leggy last year. He really did. He played too many times last year, and then that's why Foden come in, obviously in Spurs, help him out a bit. Obviously, end up scoring a winning goal, but he's got to take his place this year.
Phil Foden for me, definitely, and
He's got
also
to.
Zinchenko. But what I'm unsure about is, does Zinchenko, because I've Zinchenko playing for Ukraine looked like he was taking a piss on FIFA. He was fucking amazing. Now, the fact that it looks like Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne's 27, 28 now, isn't he? So, and he's got a few injuries on the go. Is he a successor to Kevin De Bruyne, do you think? I think Zinchenko's, 24 now, 25?
No, he's younger, isn't he?
Is he young? I thought he was about 24, 23, 24.
I thought it was
23?
22.
Okay,
Yeah,
22,
22,
23.
23. Max, I think even that's a bit.
Okay, all right. Now, is he? Am I just delusional when I say that he's probably got a role into that midfield at some point?
I hope
Especially
he
if
does.
Gundogan goes.
I hope he does. We see him in as for Ukraine. I don't see why he wouldn't. But is it in Pep's plans? No one knows Pep's plans.
Ukraine. I'm sorry, but we said this before. It's about the team he fits in. He might be able to do a job there. Valid point. Can he do it up to the level that we require in that midfield? If you've got Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, I don't think that, or even David Silva, I don't think Zinchenko can ever get to anywhere near that level playing in that role. Nothing against the boy. I just don't think he's got that in him.
Well, my sort of ideal midfield because I believe that Bernardo Silva should be playing in the centre of midfield.
Yes, agreed.
So for me, it's an impossible ask to ask Zinchenko, who I do believe is a very, very good footballer, to even compete, because he's been labelled now, Zinchenko, as a makeshift, well done, fucking, you work your bollocks off, good effort, left back. So you've got for me, you've got David Silva for one more season, who I think will get 20 games. But after that, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Phil Foden in that midfield. Now that midfield for me, if Phil Foden goes on to reach the heights that we all see in him, and he achieves, that midfield's sewn up for the next 5 seasons. Really, you're gonna have to be a fucking world beater to get in that midfield. Other than those 3 players. Now, there will be rotation, there will be injuries, so there still will be a chance for players like Zinchenko to get in there. But he's not on the starting 11. But I also don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he's too good at being a utility player.
I think he works as a squad player in the terms of when Mendy gets injured again, if we need him to come in for a cup game, he'll play. Like how Delph was for 2 seasons for us, goal playing centre mid, goal playing left back. I think he might take that role. But I don't think he's going to hold a position attackingly anyway, and make that position is with Foden and Bernardo, as you say.
And also, let's not forget out wide as well. Let's say that Sterling or Sane gets injured, Bernardo's going to have to get bumped out anyway. So there's a chance for him there as well. You know what I mean? Then those because Sane and Sterling can't play 60 games.
No.
Not a fucking chance. So there's going to be some rotation there anyway, and he's going to get an opportunity.
But depending on who's injured, it's just going to be Mahrez and whoever's out left.
Sorry, I keep forgetting about Mahrez. Sorry, my bad. I forgot we signed him.
I like Mahrez. I think he's gonna do something for us this
so
year.
Our wide players then, our natural wide players, we've got technically Bernardo, Mahrez, Sterling, and Sane. Is Sane leaving? Is he going to Germany? No. Okay, that's that conversation.
It's been dragged on too long. It's
boring, isn't it? Why would anyone?
And he doesn't want to go back anyway.
Why would we accept the fee that they can't afford to pay? They can't afford to pay what he's worth.
Are they saying they won't pay more than 60?
Yeah.
And we're rating him at like 90 to 128?
I wouldn't take at least double.
I made this point the other week. If Eden Hazard at 28 years old is worth 100 million,
Sane is 250.
Exactly.
I mean, I know you laugh, but why is he not worth that fee?
No, he is. I'm absolutely saying he is.
But it just sounds stupid, doesn't it? It sounds stupid.
Football is fucking stupid now. What do you expect?
Yeah. I don't
know. That's why United were fucking and ahhing about paying 100 million for Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire turned them cunts down, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Right, so Sane's going nowhere.
We hope.
Sane's going nowhere. Raheem Sterling couldn't get a contract at a Sunday League club because everyone fucking hates him and is racist.
Yeah.
As we know. We love Raheem
So thank God we get to keep him.
Thank God we get to keep him, yeah.
Well, we'll keep holding him if we have to.
Yeah. Such a shame that, isn't it?
Bernardo Silva's an above average player, as we know. Probably
best player in the world.
Best fucking player in the world.
Best player in the world. Forget about his stats.
He's happy to pay for a fucking, a packet of chips every week.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck, does he? He's like a dog.
He loves the club. You see how he celebrates.
He's like a greyhound. Give him a bottle of Lucasade and a pat on the back and he'll play for 10 hours, that cunt.
Packet of chewing gum.
Yeah.
It's like a shit Jamie Vardy, isn't it?
Oof, don't even say it. So,
with his WKD, he's got Lucasade.
So we're not worried about them players. I'm definitely not worried about Sane. Should I be worried about Sane? You've got Twitter and all these things. Should I be worried about him?
I don't know. I think it's just been dragged on. I think they've made it too public. I mean, they've had Lewandowski come out saying it, and I think it's
come and play in a bang average league with me. Yeah.
I thought he wanted to leave anyway, didn't he? Just they went and signed that Jovic instead, so he's realised he's had to stay.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, he's always wanted to go to Real Madrid, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it was his dream move to Bayern, wasn't it? It was always my dream move, and I don't think he could.
Yeah, but then his dream move was Real Madrid.
So now let's move on to strikers. We've got this guy called Sergio. He's got a bit of a reputation.
He's got 2 years on his contract, hasn't he?
2 more years on his contract.
21, he runs out.
And by which time he will be 33 years old.
Something like that.
I reckon that's about right.
Yeah, perfect time for him to go.
We've got this other fella who's just been given the number 9 shirt. The second coming, Gabriel.
I just hope he gets a good run of games because I feel like his confidence just goes.
But how do you get into the starting 11 before Aguero?
No, but I mean, prove it. As in, when he does come on, I just feel like he takes too long to get into rhythm. Maybe that's his age. It could be his age and that he's not built his confidence up. But I just feel like we've been waiting too long for it.
But you've got no
If
qualms,
we go
right?
another season without it,
You've got no problems keeping them as our two strikers. We don't need to sign a new striker or anything.
No, not this year. Next year could be a complete different
Could
conversation.
be a completely different conversation. The
I
only
guess it depends who's on the market.
well,
If a top
Mbappe,
striker comes
200
along,
million.
yeah, exactly. If it came along as was possible, then you move now, don't you?
See, the thing is, I think if Sané was going this season for 100 million minimum, then we would have to spunk 200 million on Mbappe. We'd have to do it just out of fucking the sake of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to leave that league, hasn't he?
The French league.
Yeah, the French league.
I don't think he'll look
the
to go
league that
this
I'm
season,
still
though.
getting offers to play in. Yeah.
He's got to go. I mean, that league is on its on its ass. Qatar have pulled out of PSG now, aren't they? Or trying to pull out of PSG.
I don't care.
It's just they're going to be selling everyone here, there, and everyone. They're going to be selling. So
That's United's first team started for next season. Then. So, how do we fund these transfers then for next season? We've got about 20 quid in the bank for winning the Premier League and about another £5 for winning the League Cup and a tenner for winning the...
I can afford to pay a bit more on my petrol. So
well, yeah, just keep driving those cars.
yeah.
All the haters out there, keep driving the cars.
Keep on driving.
So we're selling Delph. What's that? 20 million?
To who?
He's going to take it for 20 million.
Leeds.
Leeds won't. We mentioned that earlier. We said Leeds.
Galatasaray.
They won't pay that
I don't
much
know.
money. I've heard that Fernando wants him at Galatasaray.
Right, there you go. So let's
So
just
maybe
say
they'd
that
pay it.
Delph between 10 and 20 million.
I'd say
Yeah.
more 10 and 15. I don't think anyone's going to even spend 17.
If we have to pay for fucking Slabhead 80 million, yeah, they can pay 15 for Delph, all right?
We're not using him as a make weight in something.
What, to Leicester? No,
Yeah,
they've got the best
John
left back in the league, don't forget.
Take 15 million off him. Yeah, well, they'll play him in centre mid.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't think they've not. I might be wrong. You can correct me on this. They've not secured anything about that Tielemans, have they?
Correct.
So they're going to be in need for a centre midfielder.
Well, they might
50
need a
million
centre back.
himself.
Might need a centre back. We've got Mangala. Well, there you go. World class.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Mangala.
I mean, too many players you keep forgetting about.
Hey, there we go. Centre back.
No, there was a
Scotland,
point
we've
in
got
the,
Mangala.
in the mid to late 90s, City had like fucking 70 players on the books, yeah. We're going to get that fucking way again, aren't we? Only this time we can pay for it. Yeah, so we're selling Delph, apparently. We're selling Danilo.
Yes.
Gundogan, he'll probably will fucking stay and ruin
I
all
think
our
he'll
plans for
stay.
midfield.
I think he'll stay.
But if he goes, that's a price tag.
I think he has to stay just because I don't know why he has to stay. I've just got a feeling he's staying, and I just don't think
Just
he
to
wants to
annoy
go.
us.
I don't think the club wants
The
him
thing
to
is,
go.
though, if Gundogan does stay, then it makes the fucking choice of who starts in the midfield even more fucking difficult, which is annoying.
Pushes Foden out another year, I'd say, if he stays.
And none of us want that to happen.
No.
So we'll probably raise about, 25 quid from selling all these players. We'll have to pay 90 million for Slabhead,
Yeah.
30 for Cancelo, or is that going to be more? 40?
I think we've
50,
seen
right,
closer
so
to
that's
50.
140 so far. Rodri's another 60. So that's 200 million right there.
Yep.
Are we
Sell
doping?
Sané.
Are we doping again? Are we going to sign a new contract with Etihad or something?
Well, how much did we
Well,
get
hopefully it's
for the
Puba
Premier
deal.
League? 200 million. Well, 110 million we got from the Premier League and TV and where we finished and stuff. You had the Champions League on top. It adds up.
I do make 350.
And plus, don't forget how your transfers work in terms of FFP. It's not how much you spend, is it? You have your amortization across your length of your contract.
Jay, if you actually understand that, you're at university right now, mate. If you
Yeah.
understand FFP, you should be running the fucking country.
No, I
Nobody
understand. No,
Rafa doesn't understand FFP, and they
Well, no, but it's not your net spend, is it? It's not your net spend. So
No.
if you buy a player for 50 million on a 5-year
No,
contract, it's
Jay, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. It doesn't matter what the actual rules are. Whatever City
we've
do,
broken them.
Yeah.
whatever City
Yeah.
do, they'll change the rules so that we've broken them, no matter what it fucking is. So you're wrong. Already trying to explain it, you've already made it wrong. It's like the the Middle East when you start talking about Israel and Palestine. The second you talk about it, you actually make it fucking worse.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
like you just did. By
It's
mentioning
just
it.
got worse. It's actually just got worse.
So just don't talk about FFP. The more we ignore it, it might actually fucking go away.
I've not actually heard anything about it purely because we've not bought anyone. We've not made any moves in transfer market. As soon as we buy either Maguire, Rodri, Cancelo, FFP. It's going to come up again. I've not seen an article about it for about 2 weeks.
Well, when do we actually sign our first player? I'm guessing we won't actually make a signing until
This Sunday.
Until July. Yeah.
This Sunday. Reason being,
Puma deal's done.
we have the. They're doing an event, aren't they? Puma are doing an event called This Is Our City with Bugsy Malone, a United fan, is a special guest.
What?
A
Leeds United.
yeah, Leeds United fan. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'd like Cancelo, Rodri, and Maguire all to walk out and be special guests.
As soon as we've bored everyone to death talking about transfers and all the speculation and all that shit. So my next sort of topic is, what's it like to be a young fan? Now, you're both, 19, 20 years old? 20 years old. You've just hinted there that Bugsy Malone, who I thought was some fucking cartoon gangster.
Might as well be.
From the 1930s or something like that.
He is close to a cartoon.
What's he doing? 20. What's he going to be doing at Sir?
No, he's just...
Is he signing for Sir?
No, he's...
Is he going to be one of these FIFA players
He's an artist, there you go. He's an artist, and he's going to be performing at a Puma event that they're putting on for City.
Does that appeal to you?
I assume it's just going to be a kit reveal. It'd be quite good. I'd like to.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Kit reveal. I'm pretty sure this Sunday we're going to have a kit reveal
with some players as well, or just a kit reveal.
No, we're not clever enough to do that.
We're not clever enough to do that.
No.
So what's it like being a young fan then?
In terms of,
well, I just want to know what's it like to be. I mean, you're a 20-year-old City fan. It was basically in 1999 when I was at Wembley fucking watching the worst football I've ever seen ever, after the fucking Rags had just won some tin pot European competition. We were struggling to get out of Division 2 fucking in the 88th minute, losing 2-0 against fucking Gillingham. Yeah. You weren't even born then, were you?
Actually, I was a month old.
You were a month old.
I was a month old. I was there.
And then throughout the next couple of years, we had Joe Royal fucking yo-yo football. Then we had fucking I Would Love It Kevin Keegan football. Then we had the fucking Stuart Pearce Wilderness years of absolute fucking wank football.
Yeah. Draws and
so that goals. So you, by this time, by Stuart Pearce, you were probably like, what, 5-6 years old?
Yeah, that's when I could properly, that's the earliest I could.
Yeah, I think Stuart Pearce is when I can say that I probably started understanding City, how bad we were.
So when me and people like your dad talk about how wank City are and how we're scared of this happening with City, and you're just sat there going, the fuck are these old twats on about? This is...
No, but it's the typical term, isn't it? Typical City.
No, but do you understand what typical City even means?
But I've not lived it, so I don't feel like I can feel typical City in a way that you have, because you've seen it from what you said, 2-0 down against Gillingham it was. You're like, oh, this is typical City. Our typical City is not scoring a 94th minute goal against Spurs to get into the Champions League final, or semi-final, sorry. That's our typical City, but it's a million times better than what you're on about. So I'd say it's changed. I don't know what your typical City is, but I think it's all right being
Kevin Orlock getting sent off for aggressive walking.
Raheem Sterling getting sent off for celebrating a goal at the same
While
ground.
he was on the pitch, he was actually on the pitch. He didn't go into the fans; he was on the pitch as well. So
all right. So I'm sensing a little bit of tinfoil like conspiracy here. So for me, there's always been this agenda against Manchester City Football Club. Always. Now, 20, 30 years ago, we were like, oh, ickle City, ickle little City, Man United's little neighbours, and oh, aren't they cute trying to play football in the shadow of their fucking dominant European blah, blah, blah neighbours. So everyone sort of had a bit of a soft spot for us because we weren't United. Then when we started trying to play football again, and when we got the money in 2008, apparently, according to Matt, when I actually became a City fan.
Yes. This is a fact.
That all sort of went out the window. We weren't Ickle City anymore. We were the scummy, foreign-owned, tinge of racism,
oil money
in their media portrayal of us. Now, Jay, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but Jay, you're Pakistani British, right?
Yes, correct.
You have a Pakistani mother and a British dad.
Yes.
So, as a young City fan, how does the media portrayal of the club that you love come across to you? Is it tinged with racism, or am I just being...
it's beyond tinged with racism, isn't it? Because it's not... How many times have you seen I don't know if you've ever happened to be unfortunate enough to read the publication, come across articles from The Sun or The Mail, and it's not Manchester City are interested in it. Oil-rich Manchester City, and it's always reference to the oil, isn't it? There's always references to aspects of society, and the amount of times you see, or they bring up things like human rights abuse. I mean, I don't whether they exist or not. I'm not involved in it. I'm not forcing people to work on horrible contracts. I go and watch my team calling us, linking everything to oil. It's just their sort of hatred that there is innate in some parts of British culture against anything that's foreign, and it probably goes back a long time. But if anything, I find it kind of laughable because I don't think they're doing it out of where it used to come from, sort of strength. If you go back to sort of a global Britain time, now it's just weakness. They're scared of something that's more powerful than them. It's taken over their game. We've just gone and won their league back to back, scoring God knows how many goals and earning almost 200 points across the 2 seasons.
So
it's just laughable.
If I can surmise this a little bit, Manchester United and Liverpool are sort of like the British Empire.
Yes.
They've crumbled and are crumbling, have been crumbling for decades. And, Manchester City are the brave new world. America, perhaps.
Yes.
New money.
That, yeah.
Young blood, the new world. Now, Britain and America are as close to linked as it could possibly be. We're kindred. But we still have the jibes at each other. We still have the hatred for the irrational hatreds of each other. But we still have the common language and all the rest of it. Manchester City play the same sport as United and Liverpool. But because we're not the empire, because we're not the old blood, there's a lot of disdain and distaste towards us, right?
Yeah.
The way that we're doing things compared to the way that they're doing things.
Because it's not the way it's always been done.
Exactly. The British Empire wasn't the best way to do things. Maybe the way we're doing things isn't the best way to do it. But at the end of the day, it's fucking football and people need to grow up.
And it's working.
It's football. We're not murdering people.
No. Well, actually, our human rights abuse tells us different.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure Sheikh Mansour's out there on a fucking Saturday night just battering people with a switch,
Yeah.
Nothing to mention the UEFA sanctioned World Cup in Qatar that's actually is causing the death of thousands of people.
How many people they brought a number out? It is in thousands, isn't it? The number. Was it 3,000 or something?
I'm sure that Raheem Sterling and Manchester City are responsible for that, though, right?
Of course.
I'm sure there's a video of Sterling pushing someone off some sort of construction site somewhere.
So, Jay.
Despite the fact, this is a little bit political here. We'll all pick on Qatar and we know Qatar's wrong, and then we'll point out the UAE's human rights abuses. But we won't mention that they're the only countries that are actually taking action against Qatar with their blockade that they've used. That might be for other reasons, agreed. But we won't allow where they're actually trying to do some humanitarian good on the other side. But carry on. So
okay, but we're gonna go watch a World Cup there, so there's nothing wrong with that country. That's the whole point of.
I'll fucking melt if I go to a country like that, mate. It's not happening.
all these journalists that are calling us for our human rights abuse. As soon as they get their free tickets to go to the World Cup to watch England, they can't wait. They're going to jump at the chance.
Let's get past all this now, because we're here to talk about Manchester City Football Club, and specifically we're here to talk about what it's like to be a young Manchester City fan.
Yes.
Now, I go to matches with Jay quite a lot home and away, and I've been to a few with Matt as well home and away. We've sort of been in the same circle of people. Now, I went to football in the 80s when it was the fucking Wild West. And I know that a lot of the people, the old boys that are still there now, were going in the 80s as well when it was the Wild West. The 70s and 80s were when hooliganism was at its peak. People were getting stabbed, battered, everything. There were gangs, people meeting on the streets. That young fucking guy who played Spider-Man or whatever it was in a film. I don't fucking know. Some bullshit where they pretended to be gangsters, Green Street or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Danny Dyer. Yeah. Danny Dyer acted like an hard band and all the rest of it. All that bollocks. That was all going on for real then, when people were coats up, beard up and fighting everywhere. On the terraces, outside the terraces, whatever. You're a young fan now. I've heard a lot of people, a lot of the old boys saying that you're doing the same thing. Is that true?
Oh.
No, it's completely different. I mean, we've had a conversation in Wembley, didn't we, with Jay's dad, and I think we can all agree it's completely different. The way the police are seen now is completely different. The police used to fuel it, you could say, in a way that's why the hatred was so bad. They was fighting on the terraces. Now I can't remember a time I have seen fighting on terraces between away fans.
So you're not going to matches getting coked up and battering people then?
No, I probably wish I was, but no, I'm not. I'm there to watch my team, and that's what people don't realise. Maybe there's a few idiots. There's always a few idiots. Said
It's strange, really,
everywhere.
because the few idiots I've seen at away games, especially last season, were all in the 50s. It's kind of weird, that. What was that 50-odd-year-old getting
Well, there's a
arrested for?
53-year-old that was arrested for a smoke bomb, I believe, at Swansea away. Agreed, there was two people, younger kids, 18 and 23, that.
But are those younger
ran on
kids
the
looking at
pitch.
that 53-year-old and thinking that's what I want to be like, or the
There you
53-year-old
go.
looking at the
It's
18-year-old?
role models, isn't it?
Oh, right. So if the 18 and 19-year-olds have got shit role models, then they'll turn into dickheads, will they? So maybe the responsibility doesn't fall on the fucking 18, 19-year-olds to be the fucking grown-ups. It should be the fucking actual grown-ups, right?
Yes.
So
It's
they're
just
all hypocrites,
hypocrisy.
basically.
It is. It's hypocrisy, isn't it? Like, everyone knows that the stigma that was with football was because it's not because of now. There's no stigma. It's not just happened because of me and Jay going to watch a game.
Oh, you didn't create all the trouble in the 80s?
No, I weren't even born. That's
all right. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
So why are they so critical of you then?
Jealous of us that they can't. Maybe they can't get to every game as easy as it is now to get to a game. It might cost a lot of money, but I'd say you could probably go to every game you wanted to if you wanted to. Back in the days, it was.
Is it easy?
harder.
Is it easy to go to games now?
Easier. I think it's easy if you have the money. If you have the money, I think you could go to every away game, splash £2,000 on an away ticket. But for Jay that's in uni, unless he can get one in his season card himself, or maybe through friends, with no chance. Absolutely no chance.
Now, what do you think about things like the Tunnel Club taking away a section of the allocation and people going on dead people's tickets and stuff like that? Do you think it's fair that you're one priced out of going to away games? Because I'm pretty sure that the Premier League brought in that £30 ticket, didn't they, to make so people wouldn't be priced out at away games.
It's just a loophole in it for the club to make money out of it.
Who makes the money though? Is it people selling on third-hand tickets, or is it the club? I don't think the club's making much out of it. I just think the club manages it in the wrong way.
I agree with you. I think that the cost of things like transport is always going to be high. You know, if you're going to different parts of the country every week, even if you go on official coaches, etc., still going to cost you £20-30 to get there. Then your £30 ticket, 50. Then you eat. You know, I think you'll agree. I don't think we spend less than £100 on an away day.
No.
And if you haven't got a lot of money coming in, if you try and go every week, it's just not feasible at all. It's the Premier League can try all they want with introducing these caps on tickets, etc. But then when you still go to it further, how many of our tickets actually go to supporters clubs? How many actually go to Tunnel Club? How many actually go to hospitality? How many of our tickets are actually going to reasonable people? The rest are going to touts. Because any game last year, if you'd have gone on some dodgy websites or known a dodgy person and you had the money, you could have got a ticket for it.
Do you think it's fair that you can just buy your way in regardless of how many points? Because the point scheme and the loyalty scheme for years, I thought was fantastic. The more points you accumulate because you've been loyal to the club, the more chance of getting a ticket for a Wembley final or something like that, or an away ticket. You know, but now you can just sort of like buy your way through that queue, can't you?
If you come across money and you bought a Tunnel Club season ticket, you can go to every away game, which I don't know how you can. All that does is, I'll jump the queue of the people that have been watching City for 20 years since we moved to a new stadium, started a new point system. You jump the queue for however much you pay. I don't know how much it is. I've not even looked.
I think $8,000 was the starting point,
and I'm guessing that's the cheapest as well.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know the exact figures.
I mean,
so I think that in terms of like the way the club acts, does it really matter? I know as a young fan, people talk about engagement with the club, but for myself, I don't really care with how the club engages us. I'm more bothered about things like ticket prices. You know, how easy it is to get food. Like I know they recently brought in that was it 18 to 21 area at home games. And
how do you feel about that?
I just think it's a bit weird, if I'm honest. It's like they're trying to, like, obviously we know we have the sort of segregation between fans of the rich and the poor. I think that the idea of trying to segregate everyone, other than having a family stand, it's sort of like we're all in it together. You have your areas of the ground that are louder. Like, other than that age group, are you ever going to be stood there with people of your age? I just find it a bit weird. Like, it's not something for me at all. I think there's more important issues that you could have for fans, you know, press safe standing more. But other than that, the way the club handles themselves, I don't really find that much of a problem. I think a lot of the problem comes from the actual fan base itself. So I think we alluded to before, a lot of the older generation of fans who realistically started a lot of the trouble with fans now seem to blame us for it. You know, we've been told we're coked up and we go to games and start fights, which I have personally never seen. You get your odd bellend and your odd dickhead, but you get them of all age groups. And whenever I've seen trouble, it's always been caused by older people. I think sort of the way they act down to us, it's sort of like, you know, I don't mean this in a horrible way, but you said before, you know, I've seen the shit. It's sort of like, oh, well, you're young, you've never seen us that shit, so you don't deserve to be there. From some people, anyway.
I think everyone deserves to be there. I think if you get that calling in life to be a Manchester City fan, then you deserve to be there. If you can afford the ticket, if you can get on a season ticket waiting list, or you've got, let's say you're lucky enough like you, and you've got a dad who's a Blue, and he got you on the junior Blues and stuff like that and got you in that way. Yeah. I think everyone, if you're 5 years old or 50 years old, you deserve to be at City. But I don't understand all the infighting. There is a lot of infighting between the age groups about who gets precedent. I mean, the real enemy for me at Manchester City, the real enemy stopping you from getting away tickets are things like the Tunnel Club and people who are superseding the queue and jumping the queue just with the size of the wallet.
Yes, definitely.
However, the fight, for some reason, it happens in politics as well. The Conservatives tell you that it's Labour's fault. It's both the fault. But in this case, it's the club's fault for having a way to bypass the queue, and it's third-party ticket sellers. They're the real scum, but people will always pay the prices because we all love Manchester City, and sometimes it's more important to go to City away than it is to pay your mortgage or whatever because it's Manchester City. It's like that is the addictive drug. It's the Manchester City that's the addictive drug. And sometimes, you know, so the real argument and the real fight should be against the people who are bypassing the queue, because it's sort of like I inherited it. Like when I first started going to City, like I said before, I was 4 or 5 years old. And it was a neighbour that just took me because his son didn't want to go anymore. And then when I got old enough to go and watch City on my own back and get the bus myself and afford a season ticket myself with my jobs and whatever, that's why I started. That's why I was able to go to City. And you're doing the same now. But back then, when I was 15, 16 years old, nobody was ever saying you shouldn't be here because you haven't earned it, or you shouldn't be here because you don't deserve to be here. They were just welcoming me into the, you know, because I'm a City fan. But back then, City had rich fans back then. But those rich fans got the boxes in the kit packs or whatever. There was no specific area right at the centre of the stage where you could pay to show how much better you are than other people. Whereas now at City, there is just that. And not only is that for home games that they get the priority and they get the royal treatment, they're also getting it for away games now. And for some reason, the people that are my age and older are not turning to the club and saying that's not right, and are not turning to them and saying that's not right. They're turning to you young guys and saying you haven't earned to be here. And I don't understand why.
I do actually see that a lot with older fans saying to kids, basically, it's what we are, aren't we? To them or in their eyes, how are you here? Why are you here? But that same person sees what a tourist, we all see it. You were at Spurs away, weren't you, in the Champions League? And half it was Tunnel Club, or just sold.
Yeah, I'd say a good third was Tunnel Club, definitely.
I mean, so there's the issue. I think we all know, we all see similar faces when we go away, but I think that was when you said you hardly saw anyone.
I didn't recognise anyone there, to be honest.
But there you go. I think
I got my tickets through my hard-earned points over years, and I was surrounded by people that they might have been City fans.
£700 for a ticket, maybe.
Yeah,
easily. I mean, I'm all for if you get tickets yourself and you want to sell it, you want to sell it. But when you're buying it through the club, paying £8,000 to be able to then pay another however much, it was just pathetic, really, for the people that are real fans, and it's sad in a way.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, they might be real fans as well. They might be. I don't know. They might for the first. The people who can afford them tickets are generally in the 40s, 50s. They're not 20-year-old lads.
No.
20-year-old lads don't have that much disposable income. If anything, they're my age and older. They might have been lifelong City fans, but never actually have made the trip. I don't know why they wouldn't have gone to the main road or the Etihad or whatever. They might be genuine fans. So, I don't want to just specifically target a group of people. It's the policy that I want to target, and the policy of being able to bypass the queue is what I'm upset with, and it's what
there's
you
a
should
point
be upset
system
with.
for a reason, isn't there?
But I have noticed, because I do take, I mean, I'm sort of like a guy, and you'll laugh at me, but I'm sort of like a guardian for you and Jay at away matches. I look after you. I do.
Especially when I've had 2 bottles of wine.
Buys us the beer.
I get the beers in and I look after you because if there's trouble, I'll sort it out. That's what always makes me laugh. Sorry, just to go on a tangent here. That's what always makes me laugh about keyboard warriors. Like, if I saw you in real life, mate, you'd fucking hide. You'd cry. Yeah. Anyway, so I look after you at away matches, but I have noticed there's a lot of people talking under the breath, and a lot of people saying, "Why are the young lads here? Why are the young lads? They don't deserve to be here." And I don't get it. I never had that when I was your age going to away matches.
And the same people that are saying, "Why the young lads here? We've got the tickets the same way they got tickets. I got tickets for a supporters club. Maybe I did. They definitely got tickets for a supporters club. They probably stopped watching when Stuart Pearce, get rid of my season ticket, and me and Jave now got more points than him. That's why we're there."
I personally don't believe in supporters clubs in that regard. I think supporters clubs are all right. I think it's a great way. Like, if you're abroad, like I've already mentioned about the Boston Supporters Club, I think it's a great way to stay in touch with other Blues and share watching the Blues together. If you can't go to the Etihad or whatever, and you can't, and it does provide a function. Like, for example, putting on a coach service to take fans to away games. I think that's great. But why can't the fact that you just live near to a branch or near to where a coach pickup is be enough for you to buy it? Why do the club then have to fucking like divvy up tickets between all these clubs as well? Because those tickets, the people's names on those tickets and the people that them tickets are supposed to go to, sometimes they go on these dodgy websites and the people are making fortunes on reselling them.
It's even just it's not an old boys club, isn't it, really? If you're mates with the person that runs a branch or is high up in a branch, you can get yourself a ticket even though you've never really been to these away games. And say this season we've seen games selling out at 18, 17, 16,000 points. If you're sat there on 15,000, you've been going a fair number of games, and you're missing out because this guy's got a mate who sorted him out a ticket, which it's not fair on anyone, is it? Like, I agree with what you're saying 100%. These supporter clubs are a great way, even over here, just go on a coach with your mates or meet up and have a chat about City in the pub. But the fact they have such an influence over, it's sort of, they seem to be the voice of the fans by the club. But I'm not a member of a supporters club. Does that mean therefore I don't have a voice because I'm not a member? Who listens to my opinion?
I mean, I'll give you an example. Last season, I usually go to Old Trafford away. I usually go, and that's always been the one that is probably the hardest to get, and you have to really have the points. Now, I've got like 17,000 something points, and I was on the bones on my ass, barely eligible to get a ticket for that game. Barely. Mm. For years, it's been quite easy. I genuinely think at the point now where I think next season, unless I actually fucking start doing every away again, I'm going to fucking fall off the train here and not be able to do it. And the only away games that I'm going to be able to get to are going to be the undesirables, like the Cardiffs and the Swanseas and the fucking Brightons and cup games and shit like that, which I'd go to anyway.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'd go to them games anyway.
That are running,
and I know that you lads would go to them games anyway.
We do.
Yeah.
But when the Burnleys come up and when the Uniteds come up where it's a fucking 20-minute trip, those tickets are like gold dust, and they shouldn't be. So especially with someone with the points I've got, they shouldn't be. But it's getting that way now where it's like, there might be a year where I'm not going to be able to go to Trafford anymore.
But where are these people coming from that are overtaking you?
Money.
That's the point. I want to know. Even if they were just a bit more transparent about this percentage of our tickets goes to supporters clubs, I'd just like to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know how many people are actually ahead of me eventually getting a ticket to Old Trafford. Because if that barrier is always increasing by someone else, we could maybe have a point to argue against it. But it seems like they know it's wrong because we don't know these percentages. They know that it's not fair, but they're just happy to take the extra money, maybe.
I just think money buys you what you want now. Now, is that unique to our club, or is that the situation for every club? Because I tell you one thing for certain, being where we sit, Jay sits just in front of me, or stands just in front of me. We don't sit. We're right next to the partition for the away fans, and the away fan section never fills out. Liverpool don't fill it. Burnley 20 minutes down the road don't fill it. No one fills it.
I mean, Newcastle.
So it can't be a thing, huh?
Newcastle's probably been the best maybe this year.
Maybe Newcastle, yeah, but most I'd say 70% of the clubs do not fill their away allocation. So maybe there isn't a problem with other clubs in the same way that we've got a problem with trying to get tickets for away games. But it's certainly an issue for Manchester City. So what else about being a 20-year-old City fan, season ticket holders? What else do you like about the club? What else do you like the way we do things?
I mean, in terms of the club, the way it's run, I don't think any young kid has an issue. I think every fan can agree. I think where we have the issues is the prices of things in the stadium. I mean, is it £4 a pint now? Because it's gone down.
£4.50 it is.
£4.50. There you go. And I mean, one game last year they put if you come an hour before kickoff, you get a beer and a pint and a bit, a pint and a pie for like
Jesus
£4
Christ,
or
right,
something.
mate.
I know. It's like £4, and it's stuff like that which will help, say, younger generation, but it's to help the people that think, oh yeah, I'll turn up 2 minutes before kickoff.
But you can go
There's
to the
always
supermarket over there and buy a bag of 6 Hollands pies, which is what you're getting at the ground for £2. And if you want to buy one at the ground, it's £4 for a pie, £4.50 for a pint.
I mean, it gets the
Do Manchester City need to have that sort of markup?
no, but
If
I
they
mean,
want to
it
get
gets the-
fans into the ground and they want to entertain the fans and they want to give you value for money, do they need to charge you £9 for a beer and a pie, or occasionally put it on offer for £6 or whatever?
No.
Even at £6, they're still
No.
making an absolute fortune.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you afford that as a 20-year-old? You're a working man.
I am working, man.
You've got a car, you've got a mortgage, you've got this, that, and the other, whatever you've got. Can you afford that splurge every other weekend? Plus
No.
away games. Let's not forget
Yeah.
that you also want to go away.
I mean,
games.
home games, you don't want to go and be paying what you're paying away day. When you go on away day, you think, you know what, I'll keep this money aside. I know. When you go to home game, you don't want to go, right, here's a pint before the game and a pie. That's £9. Then you have maybe have a drink at half time. You pay £15 just for a home game where you think, you know what, did let the fans.
Not forget you
like
travel to the
£2.
game and not forget your actual cost of
A
your
bottle
ticket.
of water is like £2 or something, or £2.50. I think a Coke's it keeps going up. Sprite's going up. It's the worst thing is it's going up and there's no change. They don't seem like they're bothered about it going up.
If you look at it from a certain perspective, it's almost systematic because the people who can afford those things without having too many complaints are people like me and people older than me. So not only if you look at it from a certain perspective, not only are you getting the stick from the older fans saying you don't deserve to be here because you've not been through the shit, but you're also being priced out on many levels about even enjoying going to watch the football.
I mean, I don't turn up to the stadium until about 15 minutes before the game. I go to pub around the corner because I know I can get a drink there for a lot cheaper. And I think, right, I'll get to the stadium. I don't have to spend an hour beforehand and waste all the money. So I think that comes in part with losing younger people getting there, getting atmosphere going, because there's less people in the ground. When it's kickoff, there's still queues where I come in. There's still queues of 200-300 people trying to get in. So I don't think it's going to change. And I don't think it ever will change because I don't think the club cares. They're like, oh, the money's coming in.
So you think it's the club that doesn't care? And now I've already made the point.
But
in the
we
past
should.
that the match day revenue that the club makes is fucking peanuts compared to.
I was
every
just
other
about to
sort of-
mention that it's minuscule.
So they
Yeah.
could play to an empty stadium and not really care. But it's sad because, I mean, when I was a kid going to Main Road and when I was a teenager and even in my 20s going to Main Road, it was the fucking highlight of your week. Not like when you like losing your virginity. Didn't matter compared to going and watching Manchester City. Going out with your mates on a Friday night, doing some illicit drugs or whatever. Didn't matter compared to Manchester City. That next day you were there at 3 o'clock Main Road, fucking loving it. Get a pint in the ground, get a pie in the ground. Even didn't do pies back then, but whatever. There was a chippy on the corner. It was fucking everything about Manchester City lived and breathed, and it was alive. Like have you ever? It felt like the bricks of the fucking building were pulsating with life. Everything was fucking alive about it. Whereas you go to the Etihad now, it just feels like it's a place. It's just a building where you go and watch something special.
I'd say there's
The
certain
football,
games.
but-
I'd say maybe twice this year we had where I thought, wow. And that was at Liverpool home in the league. And I thought, you know what? We did well as fans. Isn't because I'm every game, I'm happy to stand up, shout, sing, whatever. But it's the people that are older, that are calling us maybe, that only get up when they see, oh, he's getting up, so I'll get up. And no one wants to take charge. I mean, the away sections are always amazing. But that's because it's the people that actually care. The people that are moaning, or you don't go to this, they're just sat down all game thinking, oh, I'll have a brothel at half time.
They've got the same right to watch the football as you have, though, don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, but do you not think this all comes down to things we've said earlier about a sort of partition between the fans, i.e. the sort of separation of people in different age groups, different incomes? As you said at Main Road, you weren't going to Main Road as yourself. You were going
when
to
I
Main
was
Road
at Main
as a
Road in
City
the
fan.
North Stand,
You were
on one side of me I had the 90-year-old fella with a flat cap who was deaf and fucking blind. He was there just because he was City. He'd been watching it since the 20s. And even though he'd gone deaf and fucking blind, it was still his club. And no one would touch him. No one would fucking barge into him or jump on him or whatever. He was there next to me. And on the other side of him was the guy that used to take me. He was in his mid-40s at the time. And he was an hooligan. And then there was me, the teenager, in the middle of it all. But that's three generations of City fans there, still all somehow managing to fucking get together. I think one of the big problems, right, in society as a whole, boys, is there's too much division as it is. Everyone wants to fucking label you and put you in a little fucking box as it is. So why do we need it? In football, at the end of the day, this is football, remember?
Yeah.
Not some fucking NASA achievement getting to the moon or fucking sending a probe to Mars. It's not a fucking world-breaking event. It's football, something that we should all, for some reason, be able to get together and communally enjoy. But there seems to be so much division. And it does make me sad a little bit because I can see when I take you to get out, when I go to games with you or when we meet up in town or whatever, I see that division because you're younger fans. And it's almost as if you're not as welcome as someone like me is. And I don't get it. I don't understand why.
Well, it's a microcosm of society, I guess. Like you say, it's society and it shouldn't be different. But even little things like, I know it's been in the news a lot, things about people seeing racism on the terraces, for example. I can't ever remember.
That doesn't happen at City. It doesn't happen at City. It happens on coaches, and I've shut it down when I've heard that on coaches, but it doesn't happen at City. If Manchester City Football Club has got any racist fans at this point in time, then they're fucking delusional.
I'm pretty sure you can remember the altercation that I mean before the Champions League game.
Yeah, of course I do. But fans like that will die off, mate, because we're owned by the Saudi royal family and the Abu Dhabi group and all these and CFG and all these people. These people, guess what? They were not born in fucking Burnage or Longsight. They were born in the Middle East, and they're not English.
Huh? Don't label us as that.
You know what I'm saying though. I mean, like, so those fans. They're on their way out anyway. The fucking dinosaurs.
I mean, the whole reason that they've got that mindset is because they still think that it's the 70s, it's the 80s. They still think they're there with the, oh, wear my Burberry cap, I'm wearing Stone Island. I'm fighting. You're not fighting. You understand now? Like us cheering the team on. We're blessed with the football we've got, but it seems like everyone always wants to point the finger at someone and say, you're doing this wrong, or you're not doing it how we used to do it, or even though it's probably maybe exactly the same, just less violent, I'd say.
Well, not just that, Matt.
And I don't think the passion's gone out of people. I just think the passion's been spread out, especially in the stadium.
Especially in the stadium. It's
due to the Tunnel Club, or where I used to sit opposite the tunnel on the first day, we've been priced out. I think I'm seeing seats are £2,000 now because it's comfy chairs. So they're all people that, I'll come to the game and I'll go have a free-course meal at half-time. They're not real fans. Real fans are there. Been there from day dot, or they're actually trying to get into games. They're there to have a sit down wearing a suit.
I think that's harsh. I think like calling someone a real fan or not, but it's once again it's the idea of the separation, the idea that because you want to go for a different experience, but the idea is that it shouldn't change the fact that you're spending this much to sit in a comfy seat, or I'm paying absolutely nothing to stand in the gods because I can't afford it. At the end of the day, we're all City fans, and it seems like it's sort of perpetuating this idea of a difference between fans. It's not City fans in the ground. There's the area next to the away fans that stand. There's the family stand. There's the cheap seats up in the extension. There's all these different hospitality and boxes. It's that idea of putting people again into brackets in the ground.
But I'll have to say to you, Jay, that some of the best atmosphere in the ground is in those fucking cheap seats now.
Oh no, yeah,
because I recognise so many people that I used to be in the North Stand with at Main Road. Because I'm sorry, Manchester City Football Club might be the richest football club in the world. Someone will probably say, but technically fucking Real Madrid or technically whatever, don't give a fuck. I don't care. Tell someone on Twitter who cares. Yeah, but the people in Manchester and the people of Manchester have not suddenly got fucking richer as well.
No.
So if I can buy it, and I have done this, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Second, I went from having a fucking. When we first moved in, I was South Stand level 1 right behind the fucking net. My season ticket was £5.50. Then we went on to the middle tier. Then we went on to the upper tier, £5.50, because they went up to £7.50, whatever. The last season before I moved into the South Stand level 3, my season ticket had got up to £1,000, and I was fucking a million miles away from the pitch. Now I'm in South Stand level 3. I pay 300 fucking quid. I'm around a bunch of people who are like-minded. They love swearing, love shouting, they love fucking telling the away fans to fuck off, right? And we all stand up and we all fucking try our hardest to sing for 90 fucking minutes, like it always used to be for me at Manchester City.
But you've got us. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I'm just saying that's my experience of Manchester City. Now that 300 quid a season, sure, I could pay £3,000 if I wanted to go and watch Manchester City. But I don't want to pay fucking £3,000. I could
No.
pay the fucking Tunnel Club £8,000, but I'm not sat there with a bunch of hooray fucking Henrys. I want to experience Manchester City how it's always been for me, and that's
Support
fucking
your team.
exactly.
Support your team, I always have.
So that £300 now frees me up to be able to go and do the fucking away days and this day and that day and fucking buy, maybe entertain the idea of buying a shirt, but not actually buy one because they're all fucking shit. It frees up a lot of money. That £300 means that instead of spunking £50 on an away day for beers, I'll spunk £150 because I'm still saving money on the fucking season ticket that used to cost me £1,000. So,
I mean, I've just bought the platinum this year, and I think this is the last year where I get the cheaper ticket, and it's $5.20, I think it is. But
so you're still paying less than what I was paying when we first moved.
Yeah, and I'm first tier East Stand, so I'm $3 away from.
But as an adult ticket, that'll be $7.80 or something.
My brother's just gone up, and it's $7.80 as an adult, and he's 20. Is it maybe 22 or something? And now he's had to pay an extra 200 odd quid to sit in a seat next to me. I don't see why there's such a divide. Why is it cheaper for people to 21?
No, I can understand that, but I think that the idea that realistically, we see this with you, Matt. When we go to away games and when we're at home games, we have the same idea. You know, we'd be similar. I don't understand why there has to be this aspect of we've got the three areas of the ground that try and make an atmosphere. You've got us up in the gods, you've got your bit on the east, and then you've got South Stand. And it's so divided that you can point out games like Liverpool or this and that, but unless a lot of other people in the ground start going, we end up with a massive partition around the Etihad of three areas trying to get an atmosphere. But because of the way the sound travels, everything ends up either out of tune or singing different songs. And
the whole reason that is, though, is because everyone that sings in them sections probably used to sit together at Main Road throughout the whole time, and then they've started splitting us up. They've put the Tunnel Club in. There's a tier between you two, between tier 1 and level 3. Then there's the away fans that splits my tier. So nothing's ever going to happen until I say, like I did at Spurs' new ground. I think that's an amazing. I think that that stand is amazing, and I think that's what most clubs, we especially, should aim to do that.
Well, my idea was to fucking bump all the kiddie winks into Colin Bell. Fuck the idea of having a family stand off and just integrate them all into Colin Bell. That North Stand redevelopment, they should just fucking knock the whole fucking thing down and turn it into a wall. Turn it into a one single tier. Put the prices at 550. Let's just say they put the price, no matter whether you're at the front of it or the back of it, all the prices are $550, 10,000 seats. Go nuts.
And they give people to relocate before they start settling them off to other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
Yeah,
they've got
relocate
to
from.
If you want to relocate from here to here, you can. And I think a lot of us would think at first, oh, but the away fans, and that's just a stigma. Oh, you won't get an atmosphere without the away fans. I think that's a complete lie. Look at the stadiums in Germany. Hardly ever any away fans go, and their home grounds are buzzing. So I think it's just got to be organised correctly. I just think there's too many different pockets of people trying to sing.
And the club needs to know that no more expansion of any luxury facilities. No more, no level 2 Tunnel Club or no more boxes or none of that.
They built the 93-20 at yours, didn't they?
What they should do is the North Stand redevelopment, like we've said, should be a wall, and there should be no difference in price of ticket between the front and the back of it. There should be no exclusive areas. There should be no fucking fancy pubs or bars built into it. It should just be everyone in this stand treated the same, priced the same, fucking done. The second that you fucking say, oh, well, actually, we're going to have this little part of this standing area as an exclusive standing area, fuck all that shit off. Just have it as one fucking price, one fan voice, and that's it, done. Don't introduce any 93-20 bollocks into it. Let them keep their fucking arts and craft in a different fucking stand. Have one unanimous fucking City fan fucking wall. That's it, done. No segregation, no divide.
As soon as you start labelling, that's when you start getting the sections in it. You just say, oh, we're the 1894 group, or we're the 93-20 group. But then you're just going to have them not wanting to sing because they're singing, and they want to sit down because they're stood up. And it is how it works, isn't it?
It's pathetic, isn't it? It's absolutely fucking pathetic. So anyway, what's it like having a season ticket then now?
Expensive?
Yeah, expensive.
Very expensive, but I say that on a student budget, admittedly. But it's expensive. We've talked about things in the ground, the tickets. But then again, I know you said like for yourself it was the highlight. It's still the highlight of the week. You know, when we've had 4 games at home in the space of 2 weeks, and I've still had to get an hour train each way and back, I've still been there every single time. It's still You know, I don't know what to do about my season ticket.
And then the next day, the next weekend when it's the away game, we can't go. We're like, oh God.
What am I
hated
supposed to do?
Yeah, I hated that we had them 4 games in the truck because we spent that much money. But I miss it. I want to go this week instead.
Moving on there, can I just ask you what you think about all of the media portrayal of us, other clubs' portrayal of us, people saying that we're all, go as fancy dress as empty seats to home games and stuff like that? Does that bother you? Do you see that? Do you see a lot of empty seats where you are?
I think it did bother me. I'd say it did bother me on Twitter a lot before I won the 100 points because it was just pathetic the way it was. But now, 2 years on, yeah, you can say I think it's just jealousy, and it's so obvious that it's jealousy. I mean, with the Sterling, the way that he was portrayed, it was all jealousy from Liverpool fans. They portrayed him. John Aldridge come out and said, "Oh, we don't need him." I can't remember who he said was going to be better, but it was someone stupid. He said Jordan Ibe. There we go. I don't even know where he is now.
Bournemouth on the bench normally, I think.
Bournemouth on the bench. I mean, I think that's where a lot of it's come from, and I thought it's just jealousy. They're jealous of us. They want to be us. Usually we're breaking records every season. The 100 points, I don't think it'll ever be done again. And if it is, it'll be done by this team next year. That's the only time we'll ever get done again. And it's just pure jealousy. I don't think you can say anything else about it. I just don't think there's any way you can explain it because...
Didn't John Aldridge say something about Van Dijk or something, say that he should go on strike until he gets a transfer to Liverpool? But he was also saying that Raheem Sterling's disgusting for wanting a transfer from Liverpool.
He did it at Southampton, didn't he? And he did. He said, "Oh, I'm not playing. I'm not coming training until you sell me." But it's okay when they do because he's a Liverpool player. So
it's Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah,
they are the best team in the world. Yeah.
Right, but on to your point about empty seats, etc. I find it very, very funny. There's this idea that every single Premier League ground is filled every week. It always has been apparently. I think you've got an interest in that, haven't you, Rob, about Chelsea's average attendances?
Oh, their average attendance in the 80s was fucking 10,000.
I can tell you because I've googled this before. If you look at, for example, Newcastle, no one would ever knock Newcastle's fans because they're always through thick and thin. Their average attendance at the start of the 90s was about 20,000.
Yeah. It's the same with Sunderland. Did you see that Sunderland documentary? It's a decent documentary, and I've got nothing against Sunderland fans. However, there was interviewing a guy at Sunderland when they'd been relegated to Division 2 or whatever, League 1 it's called now, and they were like, "We're Sunderland till we die. We're Sunderland thick and thin. We'll always be here." The ground was fucking empty. When we was at Main Road, we had fucking higher capacity, higher average attendance than fucking 90% of the Premier League clubs at the time.
Well, it's like,
and even now we still get, even with all our fucking 20,000 empty seats or whatever they want to fucking say, it's still more than Liverpool fucking get. Sorry, 750,000 at home games, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's about 2 million of them went to the Champions League final, didn't there?
Was it 2 million? I thought it was more like 6.
Yeah.
You're just biased against Liverpool, you.
No, but I don't mean to pick on teams like, I know I've mentioned them twice here, but I don't mean to pick on them individually. Remember when Newcastle got relegated, not the last time, the time before? How many of them threw their season tickets in the river? But no one in the Premier League would ever turn around and knock Newcastle fans. Apparently, they'd deserve it if they got bought by a rich owner.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Because they're political Newcastle. That's
exactly.
Why.
It's one of those.
We used to be political city.
Yeah, it's any stick you can beat us with. And they've run out with, you've not won anything. They've run out of your team shit. They've run out of this and that. They're now picking on one thing they think they can. So if that's how bad it's got, it just tells a lot about how times have changed.
As soon as this all started was the moment they couldn't pick on the football and say, you're shit, your football's rubbish, you've got pace, you've got Keegan, all these managers that were awful, were playing awful football, and now I've got Pep Guardiola, we're playing the best football, arguably, that the world has ever seen. I mean, you can debate it.
You need to be more confident when you say it, Matt. It is the best football that anyone's ever seen. It is. There's no fucking contest. I've ever seen.
Definitely. And I mean, I think it just all comes down to jealousy and just trying to pick up on the little things. Oh, you had a few empty seats there. The picture's probably taken straight after half time. That's how most of them are. But then you look back to remember when we beat Arsenal in the winter, and it was a winter game. Was it midweek?
Thursday night, I think.
Thursday night, and they must have had 30,000 there, max. And we took a full allocation. We're singing all day, all night. And we're
FA Cup, Arsenal versus Man United, 1999 semi-final. There was 29,000 people there.
Yeah. I mean,
it's one of those. I guess we've
the facts only matter when it's
No,
speaking
it's
about
not even the facts, though, is it? It comes to a bigger point we've made before about ticket prices. If fans of all teams got together and said, we're all being ripped off, we're all expected to pay £30 to £50 every single week, and we're all generally, most clubs, especially in the north, working class people. Instead of having, you've got empty seats, why don't we all, if there is empty seats, which there is around every ground in the country, realise as a group that we're not all in different positions. We're all in the same. We're all getting screwed over by UEFA and the FA and the individual football clubs and the people that make all the decisions. It's just something that it's so easy to pick at one. Really, we're all in the same predicament.
Yeah, no one's asking the question why the empty seats. I mean, look at Champions League games. Why do we have so many season ticket holders? I know hundreds of season ticket holders that I won't go Champions League game. Why? You're paying £40 for a game. It's on Wednesday night. Are you going to say to work, yeah, I'm coming 2 hours early another day a week just so you can get off to spend 40 quid, and you're not even going to make it back off the 2 hours that you've just lost?
Listen, I've got the least amount of interest out of the three of us in the Champions League. I think it's fucking dog shit and boring. I think, as Tony said in the previous podcast, you're lucky if your team has 3 good matches in a Champions League campaign.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you get 3 good matches for your team. You're lucky if the competition as a whole in the year has 10 good matches. I mean, you just go back to the final, Tottenham versus Liverpool. That was worse than pre-season football.
I mean, I think it would have been a good game if they hadn't cheated in the first 30 seconds. I don't think it was a penalty.
I don't think Liverpool cheated. I think the UEFA just fucking thought.
I don't think it was a penalty, and I think it just instantly, the tiny bit of hope that Spurs thought they had, it crushed it straight away. And I mean, they came back against Ajax, and I thought that was probably their best game of the year. In the Champions League, I thought that was an amazing game. I don't support Spurs, but I was going crazy when that goal went in. I thought, as a football fan, you think, wow. And then the final, which is meant to be a team that's just battered Barcelona and a team that's just somehow got through, and I think the worst game of the competition it was.
Yeah.
So
that's what they're selling as the model for.
But so now we've got to go next year. I've got to now pay £40 or however much I've got to pay per group stage game. And then if we get through, here's another 40. Here's another 40. And then if we get to the final,
no, it used to be
200 quid.
I might be wrong in my old Alzheimer's age on this one, but when we first qualified for Europe, and I can't remember whether it was a UEFA Cup or whether it was the Champions League, but they used to do the 3 group games.
Yeah, that was the UEFA
for
Cup.
50 quid total.
Yeah,
you paid 50 quid
that.
for all 3 games total, as long as you bought them as a package, and that encouraged people to turn up. Then it's not within the fucking wit of man to be able to do that again for the Champions League. 50 quid each for the home games. It's not as if we're paying you for the privilege of playing in the competition. And then it's not as if the club would be losing money.
If you sign up to the cup competition with a League Cup as well, that adds money on.
Well, I mean, I go to them all anyway. Yeah. We all go to them all anyway.
Yeah.
So, we'll pay 40 quid, 50 quid, whatever the fuck they ask us to pay. It's fucking ridiculous like that. But
my dad hasn't
don't
signed
need
to any cup competition this year. I think except Champions League, because he said I can't afford to go to that.
I think the League Cup's more exciting than the Champions League sometimes. The FA Cup certainly.
I mean, didn't we play Fulham at home this year? That was a boring game.
That
was an awful game.
Right, but compare that to some of the games in the Champions League.
I think if you're looking at value for money, you've got a point.
Yeah, value for money, I think.
What did that League Cup game cost you? 15 quid, 20 quid or something?
About 10, I think.
Yeah, I think it was probably like 10.
Whereas the Champions League cost
I think he enjoyed that a lot more than the Hoffenheim, whatever score.
I thought the Lyon game was interesting that we lost.
It was when we lose games.
The ground was fucking empty. They didn't turn up. In fact, away fans in the Champions League are fucking shocking, to be fair. They do not.
Relative to the Champions League semi, they didn't even fill a tier.
English fans aren't too bad, though.
No, English fans aren't, but fucking European fans are fucking shocking. They just don't turn up. The only ones that do turn up are your fucking lower tier ones, like your Lech Poznan. They all fucking turned up.
Yeah. Some of the Dutch sides do as well. I don't think the Dutch sides have always done all right against us. It's some countries, isn't it? The Dutch, the Germans, Eastern
the best
Europeans.
fans you're going to get is if you're in the Europa League. Then you're going to get people turning up.
Yeah.
But the Champions League, where you got PSG, was it Monaco? Did Monaco, the club, pay to send fans over?
Paid for flights and shit like that. Yeah.
Paid for them to come over because no one would have gone. I mean, it just shows that I'd snatched that opportunity. It turned to me.
Well, we got a free coach to Wembley, don't forget. We got offered a free coach to Wembley.
Yeah, but there weren't enough free coaches for everyone, was there?
I'm just saying,
No, it's all right.
Monaco
nice
offer
gesture.
flights, we get a fucking bus.
It is a nice gesture. It is a nice gesture, but Why is
Yeah,
it
but we'd
have to be a
have-
special
We could have
occasion?
gone to London on the Ilkay Gundogan bus or the fucking.
No, we'd have ended up on the Ilikin Mangala bus. That's how
Yeah,
we
yeah, break down on the on the motorway.
straight down on the M1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of targets for them Liverpool fans to attack that day, weren't it?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Tell you what, Community Shield's going to be interesting this year, isn't it, boys?
Very. Oh, Matthew's not coming, is it?
No, I don't think I'm going West Ham away. I think that's more important.
I totally agree that West Ham away is more important, but I'm still doing both.
And
so.
I've never been to a Community Shield.
You've never been to the
Never
Community
been to
Shield?
Community Shield.
Fucking part-time. Or...
I'm
Oh.
part-time.
What's that's all about?
But I've also never seen us lose at Wembley, so I wouldn't want to throw that away.
So in other words, you want us to watch us lose?
Yeah. I mean, Jay, let's be honest. You were there at Wigan, I wasn't. So I do
Twice.
think it's your fault. Yeah, twice at Wigan. I just think you're banned from watching us not at home against Wigan.
So,
Even at home, we lost that FA Cup game.
and away. Away at Wigan.
Yeah.
Me and you went to see that, and that was fucking
Yes, we
shocking.
did.
Anyway, so what do you think of other clubs, boys?
That's a very broad question.
Yeah, answer it.
I hate United. I don't know. I think with other clubs, I think we're comparing us to other clubs. I think we're blessed because I think we're the best run club in the world. So I think it's hard to say. I mean, look at United. They've got endless pocket like us. Most Premier League top 6 teams do. It's just the owners don't want to spend it. United are the only ones, and Chelsea maybe 2 years ago were the ones that actually wanted to spend the money. United is just run terribly. I mean, they've never had a sporting director. You look at Liverpool, they only want to spend money when they sell someone. So their owners don't care about the club. Arsenal, there's no point in talking about them because they never.
But
gonna
all
spend
of
money.
Liverpool's team are all from Liverpool, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're all somewhere born there, I think. I think they're all playing football in Stanley Park.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the way it works with other clubs is just, I think every other club is a bad club just because of how great we are. I don't think it's really much against them. It's just that we're the only club that's run like this. PSG are probably the closest because they pumped a load of money in.
But we don't have
But
our
they
own
don't
ground.
care.
We don't even own our own ground.
It's cheaper.
We've
not
got
to.
no fans.
Who needs fans when you
We just buy the league. We buy every competition we've won's not real because we just bought it.
Who's ever actually won a trophy then?
Preston in 1905 or something. I don't know.
yeah, when they were paying to play.
Come on, answer my allegations against your fucking tin pot club. All your trophies are plastic. Your fans aren't fucking real. All your seats are fucking empty.
If you talk about
Mine's
You're all,
empty.
you're all.
Yeah,
wait,
mine's
hold
not
on.
empty.
You're all fucking glory hunters.
2008.
You're all glory hunters, but your seats are all empty. Which one is it? Pick one.
It's a bit of both, innit?
Yeah, it's all of them. Definitely.
It's
All
bit
of them.
They're all morphed into one now, aren't they? Because no one knows what they want to pick.
You all supported Chelsea before 2008.
Who did we support before that?
United, didn't it?
Oh,
Arsenal.
gosh, yeah. Sorry.
yeah.
No, it's laughable, isn't it? Really. I mean, you say this to any team, like it's like we said this before today. It's when you can't stop arguing about the football, you come on to these stupid points. They make absolutely no sense. You know, we can pull up any facts, whatever you want, but someone will have taken a picture 2 minutes from time in a League Cup game.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth responding anymore because we've responded to this for years now.
The mad thing is, though, even though we've not won the Champions League or even, Europa League or anything like that, we're the best footballing side that has ever existed on the planet. The way we play football, and like you said, top down, the way that our club's structured, organised, youth system, academy, schools, fucking everything, no other club comes close. Maybe
No.
Barcelona.
And the only reason
Barcelona.
we're run this way is because we've half of the people that run the club are from Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a structure in it, and it's run properly.
So because fans of other clubs cannot criticise us or criticise Manchester, because we're just Manchester City fans, we're not Manchester City, can't criticise Manchester City for the way they play football and really the way they do business, because the way we do business is no fucking different than anyone else does business. We spend money to buy players we want. Every club fucking spends money to buy players we want. Just so happens that some clubs have got more money than others. Man United, for example, we're fucking laying out cash for years and years on the clubs to supplement their homegrown squad, which they did have a decent homegrown squad. But we had a homegrown squad as well in the mid-80s when we got banned from Europe for some reason that I can't mention. And a lot of those players like Ian Brightwell and Paul Lake and stuff like that, they got written off throughout history because there was no Premier League yet. Whereas United just so happened to have their fucking glory boys or that golden generation come through just when the Premier League was forming, just when the real money was coming into football. Because I don't know if you know, football pretty much was on its ass before that.
Yeah,
It was on its ass. It was underwatched because people weren't going anymore. The players were the quality of football was getting shit. It was becoming like the French league and the German league and the Italian league and the Spanish league on the whole, are fucking wank leagues. It was becoming like that. The Premier League did actually reinvigorate it and reinvest money into it and turn it into something a lot better than the sum of its parts. And eventually, obviously, the money started getting splashed about them. And the global sales and the global viewing audiences all took off and all the rest of it. But United were at the fucking crest of that wave. Yeah. They were perfectly positioned for it. But the thing is, Man United have done nothing with it. That golden generation came and went, and then they just started buying in and buying in and buying in. And every fucking academy player that came through that United system, Jay, you're going to have to name them. But when they came through that academy, after the Scholeses and Butts and all the rest of it started retiring and the Neville started retiring, they were the new Pele. They were the new best thing. They were the new fucking... You know, we're at Marcus Rashford now, who I think is a decent player. But who were the other ones, Jay, throughout the 2000s that were the next fucking Pele?
Federico Makeda.
Makeda and
Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison.
That was probably one of the biggest ones that Fergie was like, oh, he's going to be amazing.
None of these players worked out.
Still say Lingard, can't we?
No,
I mean, he is a young player, isn't he? How old is he?
Yeah, 27.
21, yeah.
But none of these players worked out. None of these players ever got the same. And United as well, they claim not to have spent that much money on players, but they were throwing money at absolutely everything to get players in.
Was it 32 million Ferdinand,
Varane, all of these other players.
2000s.
But they never reinvested in the club. All that money that went into the club through sponsorships and advertising and fan sales and all the rest of it went straight into the owners' pockets. Yep. Their stadium has been that fucking shambles and Meccano for fucking years. They did nothing to redevelop it. And now it is one of the worst fucking grounds in the country. It might have a bigger capacity than most, but it is one of the worst fucking grounds in the country for anything. You go there, it's an absolute fucking rat-infested den. They didn't do anything about their academy structure. They didn't do anything about their hospital structure. They didn't do anything in the background of the club. And that's why they're absolutely fucking on their ass right now, spending hundreds of millions. Because
they're having foundations in.
They did nothing. Whereas our club... We got lucky in 12 when we won the league. We got lucky in 11 when we won the FA Cup. I think in the grand scheme of Sheikh Mansour and all the rest of it, those trophies were way earlier than they predicted they would be. I think they were desperate for those trophies, but I think in the grand scheme, they were way earlier than they were expected to be.
Or 3 years.
I think now we're... So 2008 to 2018 is the 10 years. I think 10 years... into the project was when they expected things to be paying dividends, and right now we genuinely are at the head of the fucking pack, and whatever we do now over the next 5 years, we're just fucking unstoppable. That you can't ruin what we've built. If you remove Ferguson from United, and what was the guy, was it David Gill or whatever?
David Gill, yeah.
You remove them from United, you end up with what they are now. You remove Pep from the club now, the club's still fucking going.
Yeah.
You can't kill our club.
Foundations,
yeah.
You know, Pep's never going to be a 25-year man that Ferguson was. And Ferguson, don't get me, I don't want to undersell Ferguson in the slightest. He was a fucking great manager and a great leader at that club after Atkinson in the 80s. He built everything about that club. But the problem is, all the foundations were in his fucking pockets. They were not in the club itself. So the second he fucking says, see you later, it's too old now, the club just crumbles. And it'd be the same for any club that doesn't build in the same way that we've now built. And that's why all these other clubs are fucking jealous. They can't help but be jealous because there's no way, look at Liverpool. There's no way that they could build the infrastructure because there's not the room to build it.
No.
They put in a little bit of an expansion on the ground, didn't they? To bump up the capacity a little bit.
And now they can't do anything other than build a new ground, I think.
But exactly. But did they build new academies? Did they build this, that, and the other? They didn't do any of that shit. All they did was spunk fucking 75 million on Dick Van Dijk and build a little bit more of a ground.
Even going back before that, they've always been, we get one or two good players and they're running a team. They ran a team behind Gerrard for however long he was there. We have him, he stays, and then we'll buy him. Once he's gone, we'll buy someone else, sell him off, sell Torres, sell Suarez, sell Coutinho. I think
They
someone's
trade off being Liverpool Football Club the same way that United trade off being Manchester United. It's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing. There's nothing different about about the way they run. It's because
It's,
they are the biggest names.
The thing is, though, the only way that football can survive into the future, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years into the future, is if you adopt our model of doing things.
you invest.
If
More
you
than anything, it's
stick with that
investing.
old school model, you crumble like United are crumbling, and Liverpool will crumble unless they change the way they go about things. And I think that's from more of the intelligent opposition that we have. They can see that the fact that the club that they love so much, who fucking dominated for years with very little competition, has not built this infrastructure, has not built this fucking future proofing. And they know that it's only going to be a matter of time before they're on the fucking bones of their ass, unless they completely and radically change the structure of their clubs. And we're 10 years, like I said, 10, 11 years now into a project. And that also means that we're 10, 11 years ahead of everybody else in fucking doing
I
it.
think it means you're a lot longer than 10, 12 years ahead. I think puts like 20 years ahead purely because how long did it take for
It'll
us to
take
get
them
the deal?
10 years to do it. Yeah, so that's 20
It'll take them
years,
10 years to get to the point where we are now. But we're going to be miles gone by then if they start now. If you start now, I say, you know what, in 10 years' time, they might have a chance. But I don't think anyone's going to do that. The Glazers won't sell out, and we know they won't. They're too arrogant. They love
I
it too
fucking
much.
love them. I love them.
Yeah, they're too arrogant. And they
Love
know what they've
Glazer,
got,
hate United.
and they make too much money. Talkshite did a comparison between the two clubs. In the past 10 years, we've had £1 billion put into us by our owners. They've had £1 billion took out. They've still got the £500 million debt, and they never pay that off every year. They've paid 750 million of interest on that debt because they're not spending as much money. They're paying, we'll pay 500 million. They pay 250 million a year or 75 million a year, and it's going to stay like that. I think Arsenal have a great chance. I think they're one of the clubs that if they get took over, I think they'd be able to do it because
Dan Kroenke's never going to sell.
I think
yeah,
Matt's right though. I think Arsenal are the closest to us, but even then, they're still 5 years and a new owner behind.
I think it's because where they are in London or where they are as a team in London, people look up to.
They'll always be a profitable club.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, their youth system isn't too bad. Chelsea's youth system isn't too bad.
Our 29 fucking illegal signings.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah. They won't talk about that. I mean, there's a lot of clubs or a few clubs that do have the right sort of trying to get the right infrastructure with the youth team and that, but they're not advancing on it. They're sort of happy with it. United, Liverpool, they don't know what a youth team is. I just think, they might have one, but build a stadium for them. Build a massive academy where it's not a youth team. There's your first team. There's your women's team. There's your kids. Everyone plays on the same pitches because it's the same team. You make it a whole team. And I think that's something that I can feel City has done. Not talking about the fans, but it's been the whole community of City as a football team into the women's team. It's one club. It's not, we've got a women's team and that. I think especially in the community as well. I mean, you look at that area, how it was 15 years ago. It was disgusting. I see a lot of pictures because I would have been 5 at the time or whatever, but I mean, it's just amazing what they've done to that part of Manchester, and you can sort of say you can be proud of it, proud to be a City fan just because of what our owners have done.
Look at what our owners have done for Manchester in general. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Manchester was on its ass, and our owners fucking said, "No, you're not anymore. Here's the fucking shit you need to get going again. Go." Manchester's fucking thriving and buzzing because of them.
Yeah.
And United fans can't
It's
even
brought
deny that.
it's brought something back to the city, hasn't it? I mean, we can agree with Manchester United 20 years ago, 10 years ago even. Wow, Manchester United. Then that ran out. Then who was there? And then we come in, I think, at a perfect time. One, A, take the glory away from them, and B, just become a global powerhouse, and we have done. You can't dispute it. You can moan and say all the little media, all your empty seats, but I think it's too late for it to change now. It's already took off, and I don't think it's ever going to come back down to earth, really.
Jay, Matt's give his little impassioned speech there. Let's hear it from you, son.
So I fully I agree with a lot of what he says. You know, the changes in Manchester as a place. I think that the thing we've got to, I think the one thing we want to stress is when we say teams won't be at our level in the next 10 years, it doesn't mean we're going to win the Premier League for the next 10 years straight.
No.
You know, it means that, you know, realistically, there won't be a team, but it means that we will consistently be in the top 2, top 3 every season. And I think if you look at the way the top 6 is at the moment, anyone could drop out. but realistically, we'll always be in that top 2, top 3. No one's going to come and consistently challenge us over that length of time. You know, I don't want people to think that we're just sat here saying we're going to win everything forever.
I mean, we're not that cocky, are we?
But I do think that if you're looking across Europe, yeah, there are models that you can see that we've taken from and that are just as built up. I mean, obviously Ajax, they're a bit done by the league they play
the
in.
German model's fucking xenophobic as fuck. Everyone agree that we only spend this much money every season. They've got Germany's probably got the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
At a club level, the noise they make, the attendances, all the rest of it in the top division. I might be completely wrong with that. The bottom half of that league might have fucking 10 people going. I don't know.
No, it's still.
But from what I've seen, they've got fucking great attendance, all the rest of it. But the lack of ambition and the fucking and the xenophobia is fucking insane.
Do you know what? Do you know what that's
so insular
is? I had a conversation. You remember the other week we had a conversation with a few Germans actually, Rob.
I was pissed.
Right, same. But I made a point to them. I said their league's screwed while they've still got the 50+1 rule. Their club has to be majority owned by the fans, and while they're like that, they can't afford to compete with clubs like us. Realistically, even if you put PSG in that bracket, they can't have the money to buy the players. Like I think we mentioned before in the transfers bit about Leroy Sané. Bayern Munich are the biggest power in German football by such a long way, and they can't even come to the same table as us to compete. So
when they're offering 60-70 million for Sané.
Exactly, you know, they can't compete with us on those levels. I think if you look around the rest of Europe, teams like Paris, they're done by the league they play in. The same with Ajax, they've got a really good infrastructure. The players they've brought through consistently, fantastic. Realistically, then you've only really got Barcelona and Real Madrid left.
Well, Madrid don't bring people through, really, do they?
No, but they're on that same. No, they're not. But they do have that same sort of. I think they're just very.
They're just rich.
Yeah.
I mean,
Debatable. But
yeah,
if you look at Barcelona,
rich,
then yeah,
eh?
that's
state sponsored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the real dopers. They really are.
Yeah. But if you look at I think across Europe, the Barcelona model is always the one that people say, and I think that we're at that level, and I think that in England especially, it will be so long till someone reaches that sort of level where we're at. I do think that we will. I think when we won the league in 12, I think they got very carried away. I think on Match of the Day, for example, I think want to say it was someone like Alan Hansen, but I might be madly wrong with that. So they're going to build a dynasty, and I think that what we're seeing now is that they were right. They were just saying it 5 years too early.
Yeah, definitely 5 years too early. Well, yeah, I think the future is nothing but exciting. But will it ever lose its gleam? I mean, think about this, right? When you get to, I'm vastly fast approaching 40. When you two get to 50, 60 years old, and that generation now that's 50 is dead, and then you officially pretty much will be the only real generation that when you were an adult you've only ever seen City be successful.
Then we'll start having to go to the kids at 18 and 21 saying that they're you're not hard to be away game.
You never saw the Aguero goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's the York away brigade, isn't there? It'll just be
the 700,000 that were at York away. Yeah.
Then it'll be the 700,000 that were the.
That's why I wasn't at York away. Oh. I wasn't there, sorry.
I know a few 100,000 people.
I was at Gillingham away in the league though, and Oldham away in Chesterfield.
They don't matter though.
Oh, it wasn't.
They
York
don't count.
away.
Yeah.
No, it's only York that counts.
It was only that one game that year, I think. So.
No, the thing is, I guess that's a big thing to say because I think if we look at the way football's worked, if you'd have said this to people 30 years ago, what would have happened to Manchester United, maybe 40 years ago, what would have happened to Liverpool, you wouldn't have believed that, you never know, we might end up shit again.
It will. It's a circle of life in football. It is a circle of life. And I think the only thing that goes for us is we're too big of a club, like Liverpool, like United. They built their foundations in where they are globally. They're never going to be a shit club.
Like I said,
they're not going to get relegated in 5 years. I hope they do, but they won't.
Their foundations were built on managers, though, managers and players. But they're finite resources. What was he called? Fucking Paisley or whatever at United. Yeah. United, I love that. Liverpool and then Dalglish and then those players that they had. They were the foundations, and then the same at United. with Ferguson and Giggs and Scholes and Butt and blah blah blah. They were the foundation. The foundation was never fucking brick and mortar. The foundation was never the next Giggs and Butt and Keane and whatever. It was just then and there. And then when it all fucking went away, Ferguson knew. Ferguson never, even if Ferguson was 10 years younger than he would have been when he retired in 2013, it still would have took him 20 years to fucking rebuild completely because the entire foundations of it were built in people and not fucking actual physical assets and stuff like that. And whereas City, the people are there. Fuck yeah, the people are there. But they're like 25% of the story. The rest of the story is the fact that the next fucking Pele is probably just signed up to the City Academy age 5 now. And he'll be looked after all the way through to the first team with a school, with a fucking his own doctor, parental advice, all the rest of it. The structure of the club, it's unprecedented. It's never been seen before. We're literally it's going to be a farm for footballers, I swear to God. Now, City over the last 20 years has been pretty much a farm for average Premier League players. We've had a lot of fucking average Premier League players come out of our club, haven't we?
Yeah.
Journeyman players. We're going to be producing fucking Ronaldos and Pelés for the next fucking 2-3 decades.
I hope so. I could do a few there.
But they're not all going to be out of place for City.
No.
And then by the time that comes around, David Silva's son, Mateo, and fucking Aguero's son are going to be the next fucking...
and Foden's.
And Foden. Oh, yeah.
If he has a good time, but don't get a career-ending injury or something.
But you know what I mean, though? So, yeah. So, right, what's your final thoughts, Jay Ward?
What on what we've just been talking about?
On fucking everything, on Manchester City in general, on fucking football in general, on Liverpool, on fucking smashing buses up, on whatever you want.
As we've seen, teams like Liverpool, they're having their moment at the moment in the Champions League. Teams like United and Chelsea, they'll have their odd Premier League title challenge, maybe even title win in the next few years. But I think that for the very, very foreseeable future, we might end up one day start chanting about the amount of trophies we've won. We might start
have a 20 times Man City.
Yeah.
I won't join in myself, but I don't join
21, because we won't chant about it till we get more than them.
Come on, what else then, son?
I guess that the one thing I want to see, if I had to, the one worry I have is that I don't want there to be growing distance between what is a very local fan base, and I don't want this to become a disconnect within the fan base and between the club. And I think as long as we can manage that, then we'll all have very, very enjoyable times watching City in the future. But I think there is a fine line that we need to be careful that the wrong people aren't alienated from watching the club, while still respecting the fact that we are a growing.
Who's responsible for that, though? I think it's the people selling half and half scarves, personally, but
partly them, partly ourselves, partly the club. It all needs to work together. And I think that in recent years, as we've said before, there has been a sort of a move away from it being one singular unit. So I think that as long as we can manage to, because we'll have this team that wins everything, but if we don't have this local fan base that turn up for the parades and come as dressed as empty seats, then it could end up being worthless. But I think that that's the most pessimistic look I can have for the future.
What are your expectations for the coming season?
I will win one of the big two and a cup.
What are the big two?
The Premier and the Champions League.
FA Cup's a pretty fucking big, prestigious
I
oldest
thought it was
trophy.
the League Cup and the Premier League because there are big two trophies.
I'll get pissed if we don't win the League Cup again. I'll be pissed off because I love fucking winning that in February.
I mean, the thing is,
February
let's be honest, it's an easy competition to win. I mean, the way we've won it, what 2 years on the trot.
Look at you there, fucking new breed City fan. It's an easy trophy.
It is an easy trophy.
Why don't we fucking win it for fucking 3 decades then, you cunt?
Because you had fans like you in the stands. No, I don't know.
1976 was the fucking last time we won it before these fucking
I don't think you can
boys.
argue though, can you? Have we really had a game that was hard, except for the final? I know it's look at a draw.
Oh, we'll stop going then, shall we, until fucking final?
That's a good idea, that. But I need to get my points up because of all these people. They've got all the points. I don't know. It's easy. I know it's a cocky remark, but it's enjoyable because we know at least either get knocked out in the FA Cup or we get knocked out in the League Cup. One of them, we're good enough to have a good win in one of them. I mean, we could have done better in the previous years, but I think that was because we didn't care about it. Even after winning it the first time in the FA Cup, I think the buzz went into after 2011. We thought, oh, now it's the league. Now it's the Champions League, I'd say. But
Hey, mad, when we won that FA Cup in 11 against Stoke, what the real final was the semi against United, to be fair.
Oh,
The Stoke
that
game
was
was
amazing.
fucking pointless. Although we still had to win it, obviously. But
yeah.
I was fucking buzzing for weeks. Wait them out.
No, but I mean, as in like, it moved on then to the Premier League. I think we've got
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
point
Once
now,
we'd done that hurdle,
Yeah.
yeah, I get you now. I
yeah,
get
so
you.
it was like we're going over to the next thing. I think me personally, any trophy we win, I'm buzzing. I mean, and maybe the Community Shield is. I think people can say, yeah, fair enough. It is a bit shit because it's a pre-season game, really. But everything else, it's in the season. You've got 4 other competitions to play in, or 3 other competitions to play in. I think every competition win is it's deserved, and it's too many teams like United, like Liverpool, don't care about it, and I think that's what's helping them go in a downward spiral. If Liverpool won the League Cup or the FA Cup this year, God, that would have been amazing. Would have been,
They tried winning it a couple of years ago, but then we did the Caballero and we turned around.
yeah. I mean, it's the way it goes, isn't it? I think that's the reason why our mentality is so good as well, because we want to win everything. It's not, we want to win the Premier League and Champions League. It's, we want to win everything. Pep's mentality is, we had 4 trophies this year. A lot of people say, even though it's not only the Community Shield, it is 4. In the history books, it's down as 4.
Fucking damn right, it's 4.
It's 4.
4 bits of shitty plastic
Well, it's coated in it, really.
that we bought.
Yeah. So I just think it adds into why the club is so well run as well. It's, you have to win everything. Don't lose a game. Don't draw a game.
Surely. I mean, like, you don't, if you're in the army, you don't go into a battle thinking, we can lose this one and win the next one. You win everything, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the only mentality you should fucking have. Win, 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 win.
And it's
Sean
mentality.
Dyche. Sorry.
It's mentality that made Barcelona so good. It's mentality that every club has had when they've had these amazing.
Well, don't forget,
periods.
Barcelona were a shambles in the 90s.
You turned them around.
It wasn't me. Don't know why you're looking at me.
No, I don't know really either. I know Pep turned around in about 2006 or something.
It looks at me as if I had all the answers. I just remember that they were a bit shit.
I thought you're a football fan, not so.
Yeah, I'm a Manchester City fan, mate. There's a difference.
Don't
Forget, my world only opened up in 2008. It was like, fuck me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What's a European competition? What's that? You know, I don't know. The point of this podcast is to find out why you care about the Champions League, and I still don't know. Tell me why.
Because it's the biggest competition and everyone cares about it.
But it's not the biggest competition, though.
In other people's eyes, it is.
Whose eyes?
The wrong guys. The eyes I don't.
So
I
you
don't
want to
care.
appease the wrong guys, do you?
Eh?
You want to appease them, do you?
No, but no. I think I agree with you. I want to win the Champions League to shut people up as well.
Then you asked about if we win it again.
No.
How many times has United won it? 3.
3, yeah.
Right, so if we win it 4 times and then fucking never enter it again, are you all right with that?
Yeah, because we've been in the Premier League every year on the track for it in that awful.
Oh,
trophy.
because we've got to listen to Scousers trying to say 6 times now.
6 fucking times, lad.
6 fucking times. We've got to get 7.
You know what annoys me? The Champions League, yeah, it's called the Champions League, and unless you fucking go on a thesaurus or a dictionary, the word champion to me means somebody who's won a fucking trophy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not what it used to be back when it was the European trophy. When it was what everyone loved it being, it was, you only enter that if you've won something. So the Cup Winners' Cup, I thought that was a great idea.
Hey, we've never won a European trophy, have we? That's a bit the narrative.
European Cup Winners' Cup, we won that. You know?
The thing is, even that though, I reckon if they had it that set up, it's an incentive to someone to go, you know what, I want to win the FA Cup because then I can go and play in a isolated European trophy. Not everyone's just going to be, oh yeah, I want to just leave the FA Cup like Klopp this year and want to leave the FA Cup just to try and win the Premier League or just to try and win the Champions League.
It's really weird, this. It says Manchester City won the match 2-1 thanks to goals by Neil Young and Francis Lee. The victory was City's only European trophy.
Oh, it doesn't fit the narrative.
And we played against fucking, if you can pronounce this, I'll pay you a $5. Granit Zarabe, fucking blah, 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 some shit.
You should know that.
Attendance was 7,000. This is how important this prestigious trophy.
That was because it was played in the proper...
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Shh, I'm trying to sell the narrative.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about the narrative.
See, look, the attendance was 7,968. We couldn't even fucking bother turning up then for our only European victory.
Yeah.
I'd like to have seen us trying all the City fans just getting shot as they get off the plane and that.
So it's pathetic, really, the European competition, mate. So I don't know why. But whatever, you're allowed to fucking care about it.
Right, answer me this then. If we got to the final of it, would you go?
Obviously, I'd go.
Right, so
Why?
Yeah.
Because Manchester City are playing.
Right, so you should
Not
care about the
because of who they're playing
competition.
against.
You should care about the competition purely because we're in it then.
Yeah.
No, I'd care about my team.
Yeah, your team's playing
My
in that
team could be
competition.
playing in the Milk Cup or the Ketchup Cup.
If we weren't in it,
I'd still go and watch
if we
them.
weren't in the Champions League one year, say, or we did get a ban on something, I wouldn't be arsed watching it. I wouldn't care about it. The main reason we care about anything to do with any football is because of City are in it.
Yeah.
If City's not in the conversation, like, oh yeah, we show a bit of interest. But if City's not in it, I don't care.
I'm pretty sure Rob's watched the World Cup even though Scotland haven't been in how long?
Fuck up. Right, I'm trying to sell them at 1998. Shut up. I'm trying to sell the narrative here that your generation puts a lot of, in my opinion, you put so much emphasis, and you might not directly do it, but I think because of what United did in 1999, that sells the dream of the Champions League, and it doesn't to me. It's just a shit competition.
I don't really see.
Like you said, you even admitted before that there was 3 good games you might have watched last season in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think I watched every game last year, and there wasn't many good games. I mean, you could say no. I think you said there was a fair few good games, but there was a few really good games.
And you also acknowledge as well that the competition, although European teams generally do better than us, getting to finals and semi-finals, their leagues are fucking wank in the first place.
But also their leagues help them going into the games.
Of course they do. They give them extra time off, and they rig games in the Premier League.
Can I speak about the time off we're having next year in February?
A week.
Yeah, it's a week.
A week off.
But it's splitting it as half the teams get a week off.
So there's 5 games one week and 5 games the next.
Well, maybe if England stop playing fucking international games, because it's not as if they're going to win.
Mate, agreed. Just scrap all international friendlies. Fuck them all off.
I know they'd be going playing international then, wouldn't they? When
Even
we have
to play in summer.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things with the Champions League that people don't like. I don't like, but I think we've got to win it purely to put in the history books that we've won it. And it's probably the only reason is to say we've won it. It's to shut everyone up. It's not like winning the Premier League. Like, yeah, I want to win the Premier League. Why? Because it's Champions of England. I'm not asked about being Champions of Europe. Who cares?
Well, 750,000 people the other week cared, apparently, allegedly.
Yeah. Well,
I'd care.
Why would you care, Jay Ward?
Because then who is better than you in Europe?
Well, already no one's better than us in Europe.
What is the proof of that? If you're going to make statements, you have to back them up, surely.
Because we've won the Premier League, which is the best league in Europe at the end.
But we haven't won. Then if we can win the Premier League, why haven't we won the Champions League?
Because the Premier League is a 38-game season, which shows how good you are over the long stretch. The Champions League is a 2-game knockout piece of shit. Where
that's
literally,
where you know it'll never be. You can't ever say they're the best team in Europe, because if you want to say the best team in Europe, it'd last 2 years and you'd pay every single team in Europe. And then you say, you know what, at the end, you had 2,000 points, because that's how you'd have to do it to say.
Whereas literally last season, we had the League Cup, the FA Cup, the League, and 3 fixtures against Tottenham in the space of 10 fucking days. Yeah.
I mean, Tottenham won how many games?
That's fucking quality, innit? Tottenham weren't in the fucking FA Cup anymore. Tottenham weren't in the fucking League Cup anymore. Tottenham were only vying, really, for a 4th place spot and to win the Champions League. Every other motherfucking team in that competition by the stage we played Tottenham had no other fucking games to play. We had fucking 5 games to play in the same space as they had 2.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that if you're going to call yourself, any team's going to call themselves the best team in Europe, you have to substantiate it with a Champions League. I hate to say it.
I do agree with that. I do think we've got to win
it. You've got to have evidence for things like that, and you've got to win it. And I care because it makes us
Tell me our league that's better than the Premier League. Would Barcelona win the Premier League next season if they were in it? No. Would they win it in 5 years? No. They just wouldn't.
I think they'd win it in 5 years.
No, they wouldn't. Are you serious? Can Messi play away at any of these? I know that there's this old fucking stupid adage about a Tuesday night in Stoke. There is. But Messi plays the way he plays because he can fucking relax for 60 minutes. He doesn't have to do the work. The Premier League now is full of players like Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's the fucking best of them all. but there's a lot of hard-working grafters in the Premier League at all clubs. You could never, ever get away with what fucking that lazy cunt at Barcelona does in the Premier League. You just can't.
I'd argue that somebody has. And he's just gone to Real Madrid for £100 million. Do you really think Eden Hazard ran around the pitch all game grafting hard?
Well, why has he gone to Real Madrid? Why has he gone to Real Madrid? Because it's a fucking
because he wants to win. Because he wants to win the Champions
It's a fucking
League.
easy life. Really, they won't fucking win the Champions. They've done now. They've won it.
Better chance than fucking Chelsea.
Well, yeah, they're banned from it. That's why. But why? You know, why is it that Ronaldo at the age of 34 can go to fucking Juventus and still be world class? Is it because the Italian league's fucking?
But he got
wank?
outscored by like a 35-year-old or some farmer, didn't he?
But it's because the league. It's because that league is so fucking wank that even Ronaldo's 70% slower than he was when he was playing for United. He's still better than anyone else. Yeah, but he's still better than anyone else because the standard of the league is so bad.
And yet Glenn Murray scored how many Premier League goals last season?
He scored more than Messi.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, we can say these points about these players being a bit old, but we have Glenn Murray banging in goals on the regular in our league.
He'd score twice as many in the Spanish league and 3 times as many in the Italian league.
He's just like 36 or something.
But he just would, though. He would.
I don't believe so. I don't believe it.
So you think them leagues are good, do you?
Yeah. I think there's different types of football, but yeah, I think that some of the teams at the bottom of the Premier League are absolutely wank. Just as we say they are at the bottom of the Spanish league, we just don't realise it.
The Spanish league and the fucking dog shit.
But you go past the top 6 in the Premier League and the dog shit.
So why did we lose to Palace then at home?
Why did
we struggle at 1-0 away?
Why did Real Betis get keep clean sheets at the Nou Camp and the Bernabeu?
Fucking was Messi playing on his fucking mobile phone at the time? We lost interest in the game because it was on
the
Real.
Well, he just did the same thing that Sergio Aguero did against Palace. Then.
You know, why did Stoke score 2 goals against us when we beat them 7-2? Why did they even bother trying?
We scored 7.
Why did they even try? Because the point is, in the Premier League, even if you're getting fucking tonked, you still try. In the Spanish league and the Italian league, you go 1-0, 2-0 down, and the other team just fucking goes on holiday.
I would say that recently the football that's been played in them leagues has just gone on its ass. It's just, you used to watch a El Clasico and go, wow, it's an El Clasico. The past 2 years, they've all been dog shit. There's been no good games where you think, you know what, Jesus, you can see Messi's world class. He is world class. Everyone knows he's world class, but he's in a league where he's not getting pushed like he used to. Him and Ronaldo used to push each other all the way, and they are still amazing players. They're not as good as he used to be. They're old, plus he was contesting them in them leagues. Neymar left, but he was a bit of competition.
Oh my God, Neymar! I don't even think that Neymar's even a footballer.
But he was a bit of
back to Barca, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's looking at a good deal there, back to Barca. Mm-hmm. I'd take him.
Can I say to your point about you said about teams go 2-0 down and they don't try? I think you can give some examples in the Premier League where they do, but I think most of the time, I'll give you the example of, was it Huddersfield when they went to Anfield and got dicked for 5-0?
Yeah, but Huddersfield were a Premier League.
Did they really try?
They were a Premier League wanker. They're gone now.
And I think a lot of these teams, so is Stoke as well. But a lot of these teams that you say from the Spanish league, you pick the ones out from the bottom.
But don't forget, at the same time as we were in Division 2, Stoke were there as well. They're not a real team. It's unfortunate that fucking teams like Leeds and Nottingham Forest and Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United have been fucking stuck down there for that long.
And we've got Sheffield United back up now.
Well, yeah, we've got Sheffield United back now.
Straight back down.
Yeah, well...
They're going to go...
Frank Ribery, you know?
Maybe so, but they're more of a real fucking team than a Stoke.
Why? Why though?
Fan base.
Why did you say Nottingham Forest?
Oh, because they're a big club, mate.
What's they done?
They won European Cup.
There we go.
But they won European Cups when it was a fucking Cup Winners' Cup. When it was a fucking Champions of your League Cup.
The real meaning of Champions League. Yeah.
No, I think you're a bit harsh on some of the other leagues. I mean, I guess they are easier schedules and stuff, but...
Way easier
sides. But there's some sides in the Premier League that are fucking gash. Down at the bottom end of the table.
Yeah, they are, and they always get found out, and they always get relegated.
I think about 8 teams would have got relegated last season then.
No, we've only had one real wanker, and that was Derby County. Everything else has been just fucking not as good. But in the Premier League at the minute, there are probably 8 teams there are 8 teams in the Premier League, in my opinion, that could go into the German league, the French league, and the Italian league and win it.
Is that including the top 6?
Yeah, including the top 6. Yeah, all the way down to Leicester and Everton could probably go in that Italian league, German league, or French league and win it.
Wolves.
Yeah, they're top 8.
No, but
I
I mean,
consider them top 8. What I'm saying, Matt looks fucking confused. Like a
No,
lot.
he's saying that he doesn't think they would win it.
Well, you don't think?
no, I
Wolves
do.
would win
I
it?
know. I think Wolves would, but they're not in the top 8. If you mention Leicester,
Fucking
and
9,
Everton.
then you cunt. Whatever. I'm talking City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Arsenal would still bottle it, as a fact.
Well, that's Arsenal's fault, isn't it? Everton, Wolves, Leicester, 9. I reckon they could all go into the French league, or the Italian league, or the German league, and be minimum top 4.
I mean, they challenge, wouldn't they? Really, they challenge for the trophy.
But I couldn't say any of that the same from the German league, French league, or Italian league.
I'd also say, though, going back 6-7 years, I think that number would have been a lot less if we hadn't done what we've done.
Yeah, well, obviously, we fucking actually made football viable again. That's the point. That's why
we've pushed
us.
the Premier League.
Because it isn't just 2 teams winning it. Everyone hates us now.
I mean, it's just one team winning it now.
Right, final thoughts, boys.
In the next season, I think the coming season, I don't think it's going to be as hard as it was this year with the league. I don't know who's going to win it. I think we've got to wait till we see what transfers we get this year, who we get out in and out through our doors, who
We've
Liverpool
already
get.
told you.
Yeah, but is it going to happen really?
I said it is.
Them 3.
It's happening, isn't it, son?
Say it happens.
It's happening. It's done.
Right.
We've said it. It's happening. It's fact.
Right, we'll say it happens then. I know it's a stupid. It sounds weird, but I think it's gonna be hard for us to lose it. Hard for us to drop the amount of points that we. I think we'll drop a fair few points. I think it could be won in the mid-90s this year. I'm saying that's. I'm not what 3 points to get 95 now. That's what the difference would have been. But that's a big 3 points. The way that
That's a Mahrez penalty at Anfield, that is.
we don't matter won the league, didn't we? So you can forget about that now. It's like it's beating Liverpool.
By the way, I don't blame Mahrez for anything
He
last
shouldn't have
season.
took it anyway. He shouldn't have took it.
Yeah. So anyway, we're on to the final thoughts now. We're not on the fucking Mahrez wagon.
No, so I think if our signings come in, I think we can look forward to another great season. But this could also be our plateau season where everyone gets a bit comfortable. A new signings come in, everyone's a bit shaky, and we come second with high points and win the League Cup and FA Cup again.
On that point, Matt, for me, the plateau season doesn't come while Pep's at the club. It comes 1 season after Pep leaves. 2 seasons after Pep leaves. So let's say that Arteta comes in after Pep in 2022.
Right.
I think Arteta wins it again with us, but then the season after that is where it's the real questions will get asked. I don't think at any time under Pep we'll fucking slack. He won't allow it.
I hope we don't, but I think it's easily enough it happens. All it takes is start the season mentality to be wrong. And we're already 6 points behind. I know we made up 9 this year, but I don't think they're going to do that again. I think people are learning too many lessons to let us have it. And I just don't think it's going to happen again. I hope we win it, but you can't. Nothing's definite, is it? It don't matter how good you are. It's make sure you don't lose to Newcastle away again.
Yeah.
Losing to Leicester away, Chelsea away, Palace at home, drawing.
I don't think any team's ever going to push us like Liverpool did. Again, they're not going to get those 10, 20 points that they got last season when VAR's in.
No, the 3 points they got.
You notice I've avoided the conversation of VAR tonight because VAR speaks for itself because it's a fucking abortion. We're not talking about it. Sorry, we're not talking about it.
But after the first set of games,
shutting you down. Sorry.
After the first set of games, then it's time to talk about it because you can see how it's being used. After a full rotation of games, the first set of games, then we can go, you know what? I think it's looking good, or this is terrible. All it takes is that one decision, and it just set how it is for the season.
Jay Ward, final thoughts, Paul?
So
Time.
yeah, but in terms of next season, I want to see. I agree with there's a lot of transfers because I've not heard a lot about what the Scousers are doing, and I'm very interested to see who they bring in. Even teams like Tottenham, are they going to add a few more squad players? Because we've always said with Spurs, we've known they're a good side. Their starting 11's good enough to compete. It's just they've not got the depth. You know, they're 3 or 4 players away from being there. If they add that, which they might, then maybe they've got a shout. I think so. I think the transfer is going to be interesting. VAR, as you said, I won't say much, but I'd like, as Matt said, I'd like to see how that actually plays out, if it's actually going to be used properly. But overall, I think we'll win one of the domestic cups, because I think we'll get some hard draws this season, and then I don't know. I think we'll either win the Prem or the Champions League. I don't know. He's going to prioritise one. I think he's going to go for the Champions League.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of the voices are going to be talking about now. It's, from outside of the club and inside of the club, I think there's going to be a lot of people pointing at the Champions League saying, go on then, do it. Not from me, though. From me, it'll still always be the Premier League first.
I agree. I think you've got to be champions in England before you can start looking elsewhere.
We just have twice.
Well, let's do it for a third time then.
No, I'm saying we can win the Champions League next season, but the Premier League comes first for me, no matter what. And as Matt's declared, he considers the League Cup to be the easiest of the 3 or 4 big trophies to get.
Exactly, we can celebrate something in February.
So just fucking get it. Just do the League Cup again. I like winning the League Cup. Let's just know where we are. FA Cup I think it's quite an hard trophy to win. Obviously, we had the final wasn't exactly the fucking hardest in the world, but
not another boring
still
game.
had to win it. Still had to win it. No, I got to see City score 6 goals at Wembley. That'll never be fucking boring. I'll never be boring.
I'm a new fan. It's boring to me.
Sorry.
I've seen it that many times. No, I'm joking.
Right, so nice one, fellas. So I thought we got through some good topics there. We totally managed to stay clear of VAR, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go down that route because, as Matt said, just what is the fucking point on talking? It's like same with the transfers, really. I don't even know why we talked about transfers. What the fuck is the point on talking about VAR? Because we've not actually seen it in our Premier League yet. Yeah. We've seen it at a World Cup in 2018. We've seen it in the Champions League, and we thought it was a fucking shambles both of them times.
Seen it in the Women's World Cup.
We've seen it in the Women's World Cup where it causes fucking teams to have a fucking 10-minute benny before half time.
We saw it in the FA Cup, but we didn't notice it.
We saw it in the FA Cup, didn't notice it. So all 3-4 versions of examples we've just given there are totally different than each other. So we fucking no idea what version they're going to implement in the actual Premier League. When they do implement it, then we'll fucking give you some 2 cents on it. But until that point, it's pointless. So, Jay Ward on Skype, thank you very much, son.
Thank you for having me.
And Matty Clarke, sitting in the room. Thank you very much, son.
Cheers.
I'll see you both next season. Cheers, fellas. Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.